Hello and welcome to Cherry Street Sports for men's third round action here at the TAB State Championships for 2024-25. We're going to see a contest here between Club Maitland City and Wagga Rules. So the players are just completing their second trial end and we'll be getting underway momentarily. Maitland City do have the mat. So the skips are John Harriott for Wagga Rules and Michael Cronin, no, not that one, for Maitland City. And it's David DJ Dilworth who's going to roll the jack for the first time. Nick Hind is my name. Alongside me once again, the great Jason Pinnock. Good afternoon to you, Jason.
Good afternoon, Nick, and good afternoon, viewers. Looking forward to this match. I'm expecting some entertainment here, Nick. A couple of characters in amongst this match. No more notably than the lead for Maitland City, DJ. He's a very well-known character in our sport.
What about your man Georgie, though, for Wagga Rules?
My man Georgie Jackson from Wagga Rules. He is massive character. Very well-liked fella.
So, yeah, expecting, as I say, a freewheeling contest. Both these teams are in the same section as Warilla, who are currently undefeated, so they need a little bit of fortune if Wagga was to get through. Maitland City are winless so far, so you'd say that they're gone. So Bryce to Bruyn playing lead here. And off to a pretty good start. He's been impressive. I've been watching Bryce fling them down from the chair over the last couple of days. Great to see some of our para all abilities players in action once again. James Reynolds is here. Carolyn Nelson, of course, from Engadine. Competing in open standard competition.
Yeah, exactly, Nick. Saw Christine Goddard as well from Club Maitland City, also competing.
You see, DJ, he reckons he's been going ordinary, but he might be liking this one a bit more.
Well,
slipping past.
Yeah, but if you're missing, as we've seen, that's the place to be missing.
And now for Bryce, chance to just tidy up his line a little bit. Bryce may be the marquee man for a set of edge factors. You don't see a lot of them going around, but they're a good-looking bowl. They are tight, but even on this green, you probably want a tighter set because it's getting up to a really good pace. Dylan Riley. It's a good high line, plenty of turn out there.
We're seeing that wind now very predominantly coming from the east, so this morning there was slight easterly, but I think it was a bit more southerly than easterly, but
We heard the players say that this green's running significantly quicker than the other surface. So expect to see a couple of bowls might go disappearing into the pit, particularly early on as players look to find their line, find their length.
Dylan again out on that high draw line. Said the wind is on coming from your screens from left to right.
Georgie, he's out in a good high draw line here.
Well, if he's got the right weight, this should nearly get all the way back. He's just a bit over again, Georgie, so he's a bit excited, Georgie is early on.
Your man, he has parked up there right at the back of the rink. And that might come in handy. We've seen young third Cody O'Keefe. He's had a credible campaign. He's played some big bowls. He was in a good contest yesterday, as we see. This is a good bowl here from Maitland City. So this is Cody O'Keefe. And this is getting down nicely, Jason Pinnock.
Oh, it is. Look at that. That was...
Slips past. Well, it's a good second.
Oh, very good. He was right out to that white line then, Nick. Even a little bit outside of it, actually. So that wind is going to kick into gear a bit here, and we'll probably find a slightly tighter side and a quite a wide, swooping side.
Yep. Like the call there from John. Let's give it John Harriott. Give the ball a chance. But as we know, this is a tricky weight to play on these greens. But I reckon Cody doesn't mind this one early.
Well, he's much tighter, but
Well,
a little bit of a boom boom there, but
having a look at some of the angles here, Maitland City, I reckon that's only one still. Now, other games, so this section, we know this is section 4 of the men's fours, so Warilla will be through if they win. This is the case in every section, so the destiny is in their own hands for the top teams. So Warilla are straight through if they win. In section 3, Foster knocked off a very powerful Cabramatta side, and so once again, Foster will go through with a victory. Merimbula have had 2 wins and are playing against Parks Railway in the final match. So a win for the Merimbula will see them through in section 2, and in section 1, the Engadine side skipped by Jay Bruce has had 2 wins and looks a very, very good side too. As we see skipper Cronin. Well, that's changed a few things there in the argument for second and third.
so Johnny's just wanting to push down under that white bowl. Turn it in's all right. Well, that's his own bowl as well, but
Yeah, the split was exactly the worst result there.
yeah.
Kind of squeezed them both
Oh, sorry, that was a DJ bowl, wasn't it, coming in then? So
in the wrong direction.
he's probably lucky he didn't get the white bowl. Neat.
Yeah, the outside one was Cody O'Keefe. So Cronin now, well, if he's under here, he's close to, going to get very close to the jack. Little cannon there gets DJ up well. Looks a little bit closed off now, this head, doesn't it, Jace?
It does a bit, but look, we're seeing an attacking line here from John. He's looking at it and stalking it. Is he going to get back enough?
Well, lots of things can happen there.
Wow.
Pops that onto the jack.
Ooh.
Oh, we've had a couple of bowls in decent areas there, Wagga, but they're going to go down a couple. And Cody said, you want it? You go get it. So, as the players measure up, you keep an eye on that, Jason, because I'm going to tell all our great viewers about Platinum Pennant. Don't forget, it kicks off this Friday night, so we're only a few sleeps away. How many was that, Jace?
3.
3 shots to Maitland City. So they're out to a 3-0 start. Yes, Platinum Pennant kicks off on Friday night, the 11th of April. Make sure you're following the Bowls New South Wales YouTube channel to catch all the action, as we're going to see St John's Park Saints up against Cabramatta Bullants in the first round. Cabramatta, of course, last year's champions. It was 5.
Yeah, I thought it was an indication of 3, but eyesight's getting a bit bad after 16 days, mate. It's a bit bright out here. I've got a few excuses.
Well, Jack just squeezing into very much the wrong position for Wagga, as we've seen the first of what I expect to likely many Jacks being tossed into the sand.
Well, if they're going to try and play T to T, there's a big chance it'll happen.
And immediately John Harriott says, no, we're not going to do that. Give me 22 metres, please. And Bryce to Bruyn.
Yep, he's reached well enough.
Done it neatly. So, DJ's going to get us underway once again. And this cute little length, well, he's off to a good start.
It was a pretty good start, DJ. Great opener. 10 inches short, I think, but... Bryce just a little underdone with weight. Really, very good line.
Yeah, those tiny little adjustments we did see in the last game. So Maryland's prevailed. And those tiny little adjustments of weight we saw Cody at the end of the match pull out a couple of absolute screamers to get Maryland's over the line there. As we see DJ, he's going to sail past, but he's a happy chappy. And he might be going for some more hydration as well. Another cup of tea. And we see a little bit more weight here from Bryce.
Slightly higher line too.
Well, that was about the speed. As we look around, great to see the club full of bowlers. We've got great action here in the fours today. Big crowd for lunch. Lunch service was probably a little bit on the slower side. They've been so good to us, but
Look.
today having such a huge field here, they can be forgiven perhaps for not being out at world record pace. As we see, Georgie's looking pretty good here.
He's given it every
Hunt that
chance.
off well.
Well, he's got a good result. He's opened it right up. More room there now for his team. I've seen Georgie early on. Got a bit of adrenaline going in his veins, Georgie. But I've got to say, Nick, that lunch, that was absolutely beautiful. If you come to Cherry Street Sports, you got to go for the
Pumpkin pesto pasta.
It was absolutely sensational.
I went with you on the lunch order and it was magnificent.
Could not eat it all either.
Yeah, even a big guts like you couldn't manage it all. I can't believe it.
I'm an athlete these days, mate. I'll watch me carbs, I do.
That's unbelievable. DJ Dilworth chipping you from right next door. That was $1.02, wasn't it, to have that happen?
Yeah.
Now we see here.
Yeah, very well done.
Excellent bowl. So currently holding a couple. In the women's, it's Cabramatta all the way, won fields in Section 1. They've had 2 big wins, but they are playing against a very good Windang side that have also had 2 wins. So it's a straight shootout there. In Section 2, everybody's won one, lost one. Remarkable. So West Dubbo currently at the top, but really it's a toss-up in Section 2 of the women's fours. As we see Cody O'Keefe, he's pretty close here, Jace.
He's better than close, Nick.
That's a fantastic bowl there from Cody.
We're not surprised with that. We did see in some of his sectional matches that sort of
real delicate feel, doesn't he have?
Yep.
Just gets it away nicely.
It's definitely one that really took my eye yesterday in particular in the first round.
Yeah, there's a lot to like about the way that Cody plays. He's an impressive young bloke. Was prominent as a junior, then, as happens to a lot, sort of fell out of love with the game for a little while and discovered different things, but he's back and he's playing beautifully so far here. Wants this one to hold.
Well,
a little scrape off the white would have been really good.
Very good weight, good area.
Control. Superb.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting story, Nick, because in my travels and in my role, I'm seeing a lot of that. Players that might have played in juniors back in the day have stepped away, more than likely for study or work reasons.
Or family.
Family. But seeing quite a few here in the Northern Rivers in particular now coming back to the game. One in particular that stands out is the Open Reserve Singles semi-finalist, Nick Winkler-Maloney from East Lismore. But there's quite a few across many regions. So as we see Mick Cronin here, yeah,
the top bowl falls out.
So there's a lot to be said about tapping into that junior market, and planting that seed of the game into them when they're young. We are seeing a lot return to the game a little bit later on. So.
John's on a good track here. If he's got the weight to get down to the shot bowl, that was the sort of track to do it. Turn that out.
So are we favouring 3 down here?
No, it's only one, I reckon.
So,
either way.
Oh, sorry, that's a Cody O'Keefe bowl there, yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's remarkable. There's 2 pretty ugly sets out there, and they do look similar. Cody's got the purple and green arrows.
Yep.
Lots of flash young blokes have got those, don't they? These good-looking things.
They do love the colours. But as more patterns come out, my personal tendencies are to go for the plain. I'm really liking the plain colours myself nowadays.
Wow.
That's a great shot, Michael Cronin. Yeah, I think probably because it bucks the trend. Finding the same with, here we go, John Harriott up and at this. He's got through that.
Belted a few out, but what's happened there? Was that a Wagga Rules ball that went out? It was not, so 1 and 1 only. So Maitland City 6. They lead Wagga Rules zip after 2 ends. And immediately the mat's coming all the way to the back of the rink. And they're going to try DJ for a longer length. Just seeing Craig Roberts come past with a very nice looking glass of pool cleaner or something. Blue Powerade, I reckon it must have been. Haven't seen them serving Windex here just yet. So DJ's got this one off and running. And he's pretty good too.
Yeah, so he might have just been throwing us off. He had a conversation with us saying he was playing pretty trash, but at this stage...
This is outstanding for a player of his ability, isn't it?
Well, I think his teammates agree that he's above average at the moment.
They're having a great time here, the boys. This is men's fours, round 3. Nick Hind and Jason Pinnock alongside you. On our picture here is the match between skips John Harriott from Wagga Rules and Michael Cronin from Club Maitland City. A couple of powerhouse regional clubs, aren't they, really?
Yeah, mate, they're very prominent in their region. Maitland City, obviously, from the Hunter region, just outside of Newcastle. And Wagga Rules from the Riverina Murray area, southwest of our state.
Wagga Rules will be one of the hosts for the Grade 4 state pennant finals later this season. So if your club's good enough to make it there, well, I'm still hopeful.
Yeah, I remember attending there, talking 13, 14 years ago now, for a pennant final series at Wagga Rules, and it was freezing. it was. End of June, start of July, roughly. Grade, I'm just trying to think. I think I was playing grade 6 then, Nick.
Yes, but we also know that you're a wimp.
Well, no, I was in Tamworth at the time. I was used to the extreme hots and colds, but yeah, that was definitely extreme down there at that time of the year. But what a great host venue it was. I do remember that. The hospitality there was sensational. The facilities were great. Greens were brilliant. This
shot is brilliant.
Better than brilliant.
Well, they've started brightly here, Maitland City. Now, I just want to get back to, and I'll finish up this just discussion on the women's fours. So, Section 2 is a shootout. Who knows? West Dubbo have got the best margin, though, which is probably going to help them out significantly. In section number 3, as we've seen, Georgie's turned that head over. Well done. May have made shot. The Engadine team, skipped by Ann Johns, looking most likely there. They've had 2 wins, and their destiny is in their own hands. Whilst in section 4, we saw Katie Astley and the Maryland's crew just sneak home on the last end over a valiant Soldier's Point. But what that's done is it's put them basically into a shootout. So it's Maryland's versus Belrose. The winner of that will go through the section. So you can check out all those results on the BowlsLink results portal. That's results.bowlslink.com.au. As we see Georgie's getting into his work now, the big fella. He's good mates with the great David Inglis, the former mayor of Wagga. And one of our former colleagues with Bowls Australia, Davey. So I trust if you're watching.
See, he was selected in their inner region side, mate. So David will be attending that.
Well, he's no slouch still. The mayor. So, quite hard to call whether it's one shot to Maitland City or whether North Georgie's pinched it.
Sort of favourite a little bit, hey Nick, but still a lot to come in this end. There's Cody. He probably wants this to hold a bit. Well,
Well, he gets around the front. He's going to be pretty close. A little slide's helped him too, and that's likely to flop over. That'll be in the argument as well. And I think Michael Cronin here, he'll give us an indication. There you go. So just draw inside to get the front one, bad luck.
That tells me he's still somewhat up and down. You know, he wouldn't have worried about touching that front one at all if it is the shot.
If it was in,
he would have indicated that and gone, look, it's already shot, doesn't matter.
Well, he's asked to draw around and sit this bowl here on the wing here. Done that and gets in. That's very good.
That is now the shot. No questions asked. So,
well, for Cody O'Keefe, lots of chances on this backhand. Through his own at the front. Can sit that last bowl out. Gets down under to the jack. Jack trail's really good here. So, play this with plenty of confidence.
For sure. And obviously, Wagga having the back all sewn up with the Georgie Jackson bowl.
Well, this is close here.
It is.
This is very
Just
close
get it
here.
right
Clear
now.
road. Well,
just got it a bit wrong. So, but there's a nice clear path to the jack now for John Harriott. And for Mick Cronin, I think he'd be looking at
back there maybe, or did you want to?
Well, I think
he's fatten it up.
No, he doesn't want to fatten it up, but probably drawing down to his shot bowl. If he can get 2 turns out of it and stay himself, gets good position and keeps shot.
Yeah, just the only risk with that draw weight is going to be any little touch on the jack's going to go bad.
Oh, yeah, true. But there's no use being tentative here, Nick.
Well, we spoke with Cody Packer about this during the lunch break, talking about calling positive heads and not worrying about what can go wrong. Let's look at what can go right.
Yeah, exactly right. And Mick Cronin's down pretty well here. He has got through.
Sensational, Jason.
Brilliant.
And what that's now done is made it really hard for John Harriott.
Well, not much chance of Jack getting across to the left-hand side now.
Well, this is being asked to get back. You see Georgie's really urging it to get down. Get down, Georgie. So favourites probably a couple of thirds now for Wagga rules, but I don't see how they can get both those shots out without clearing out any of their...
Well, an inside edge of the blue may get back to the green shot bowl, but Mick Cronin can have a say about that here. Well, not quite. They could both go, Nick. Has to be a fine feather on that. There we go. Cody's calling for some positive weight, not a drive, but you know, there's options down here if you get here with a yard of weight. But he's just hanging wide there.
It was a high line and didn't look like it was going to do enough to get back. So I think 2 shots was Cody's initial indication. But I'm going to put a tape on here.
Yeah. There we go. Just got a quick message from a local Wagga bloke, Peter Thornton. Hope you're doing well, Pete.
Oh, yes.
He said, you know, Bryce, before he required his wheelchair, he was the first Zone 8 junior to ever represent New South Wales. He's won heaps of titles before he's in his wheelchair. So he's a well-established bowler, Bryce, up front here today for the Wagga Rules team.
Yeah, and a fantastic fella to boot. It was nice to stop and have a meal with him last night. As DJ a bit uncertain after that Jack roll. He said, oh, God, I thought I wanted to throw it a bit further than that, but perhaps a bit cautious now. Dean Hodges, the great man's asking if we need a refreshment, but we're going pretty good so far.
This is not, yeah, he's just through. I'll tell you what, Nick, we might give the Maitland City fans, I don't know if you know how to use it. Have you used the slow-mo button? I would love to see the DJ Dilworth delivery slowed down.
Oh.
Let's break it down.
I can try. Let's see how we go here. I saw Andrew. It was a happy accident he found that the other day.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know if you'd play with it, but if you can't do it, doesn't matter. But
oh, you can just break down his delivery live, I reckon, couldn't you? Let's have a good look. Great start here from Bryce. So we're going to have a look here, and Jason Pinnock is going to tell us all about.
Well, straight away, we see him in a shoulders square to his aiming line, so that's good. Small step out, follows through nicely. It's pretty nice delivery. Not a lot can go wrong with the delivery. It's just about execution from there, and that's sometimes
Ability's the only issue there. We're better off bagging him when he's in the earshot, though.
Oh, of course, but you know. Okay, Bryce now. Just looking for a little bit more run on this. Well pointed. Can he get up further? Yeah. Dylan out on the open forehand. Just after a little bit more speed, I think. Well pointed.
So your man here, George Jackson.
He's just getting down here with a bit of speed, he is. So.
Well, isn't that screen travelling on beautifully, though, now?
It is.
That's made it all the way back to the 2 metre mark, just about.
Dylan. Just looking to add a metre. Which, as I've said before, a very fine adjustment. Very well pointed.
Well, you did say in the last game, basically, you're just looking to play the same bowl. There's enough natural variation within someone's delivery that, you know, the same bowl, you know, runs on 2 or 3 times more. It's going to be a good change. Georgie's made a adjustment here too, and yeah, just tidied it up a little bit too much.
Yeah, sure did, and that's the problem when you try and lose weight. You actually lose a lot more than anticipated, although Georgie did need to lose a bit there.
Wish it was just that easy though, really, losing weight, but you're doing well. You're saying, Jason Pinnock was saying earlier, he's lost the number in front of the X.
Yes, I have, down under the triple figures now, so
Right, looking particularly...
Pretty happy with that, mate. First time in about 15, 16 years.
Looking pretty good, and I reckon your partner will be pretty happy about that too. She's a very lucky woman. So have a look at Cody here. You can see it's a very refined action.
Gets down really low, doesn't he, Cody, and gets his vision right along his aiming line.
Big long follow through too.
Does it every single time, which is key.
And just wanted to be the other side of the hill there.
This gets down inside the Cody bowl. Well, it's skirted right around.
Yeah, they are sailing along. So Cody, as we know, it was a prominent junior. He's still wearing the same shorts. This looks to be a bit of speed. He wanted again just to be the other side of the hill there.
So it's
It's a couple here to Wagga, but
2 at least. There could be more, but there's plenty of room there. And
back, somebody the capability of Michael Cronin to have a say about this.
For sure.
You know, if you've got to be playing for the other teams to miss, you're not going to likely win too many at this level.
Mick's been in plenty of situations like this before. Seen his quality at many state championships. I'll tell you what, Nick.
Great line, isn't it?
Asking for it to hurry.
That's a super track.
That is close.
I still favour as 1. The Bryce. Blue and purple. Edge factor. If Gary Chucky Chark is listening, he'd be loving this. He's a man who loves the edge factors.
John here, just a little bit underdone
Stay
with line.
Stay off that now. Well, he has.
Yeah. So you heard that call. Similar bowl. Turn yours. Work off that last one that dropped in there by John Harriott and get a result. It's just a little tighter this time, Nick, I think.
Under the grass and...
Well,
it's a clear run here.
He got an absolute clear run through there.
Feel like it's not quite enough.
For John, it's nothing for narrow here, Nick.
Yeah.
There is no result narrow for him. Got to play wide.
Yeah. And then Georgie's saying, come down and have a look at this.
Georgie's getting up and in this. He's keen.
But I reckon exactly right. Just float it out. Give it plenty of air.
Yeah, nothing for narrow. Play it wide. You know, you cut that white bowl, you get halfway between it and the jack, and you're close. I think that could be the aim. Try and cut that in half. Just to the edge of the 0 on the 2025. If you can see that on screen. Well, no, he's up and at it here. Well,
what's that done? It's given away.
That's 3. 4.
4. Dear.
Yeah, wow. So that's 12-0 now. So that previous end was a 3, Nick, because the scoreboard up the other end says 8-0. And we're going to add another 4 to it.
That's all right. I can fix that up very easily. We have the technology.
No, now saying 11, so I'm not sure what's going on up there. Some...
Yeah, I'm going to hold off doing anything with our scoreboard until we get confirmation. There it is.
12-0 on 4.
Well, we did say there'd be some freewheeling stuff, and I think perhaps given...
It's actually 12-0 on 3.
Is that what my scoreboard is?
Your scoreboard's right.
No, it is 4. It is 4. So we did suggest there'd be some freewheeling stuff here, and
plenty of freewheeling in the commentary box at the moment.
Well, you wonder whether or not John Harriott knows that if there was an upset sprung next door and Port City do get up over Warilla, they need to win by a big margin here if they're going to have any chance of getting out of the section. So go big or go home might have been the thought process.
Could be too. Yeah, exactly right. With that, obviously, massive risk to drop counts just as he did then. So that's a great opening bowl there by Bryce. Well done.
Yeah, showing the class of a champion.
How nice is that breeze, Nick Hind?
It can stay around. I've got no issues there.
Tiny bit of coolness in it too.
So the Eastleigh coming off the Richmond River off the ocean here at Cherry Street Sports in Ballina. As we see DJ, he's looking to just adjust his weight. Throw a little bit more on it. And I'm just going to ask Andrew Lynn to tidy up our rolling scoreboard. That's still showing results from the previous game, so I'll look to bring you the action shortly. We see a good start there from Bryce. He's got 2.
Yeah, cracking opener by Bryce, and that's what Wagga needs more of. Give the rest of his team more chances.
Well, this is pretty good here, though.
This is a brilliant reply, Nick Hind.
Beautiful.
Dylan Riley, sensational. So Dylan down well again. He's played really consistent bowls this end so far.
Well, that was almost
in good areas. He's also got his brother playing here as well. Nick in the Foster team, Dom.
Yes.
And the Riley family, very prominent in our bowling community, and both boys are well known. Feature fairly heavily in most final series in their regions and here at state finals for the state championships. Both will probably feature in their region sides too, I'd imagine. Nick at the inner region sides championship later on.
So one shot, I think it is still to Wagga. Cody just goes sliding past. It was a nice line. So nice line here. That's a lovely bowl. That'll be number one. So skipper John Harriott calling for swinging weight down onto the blue. Can pot that through. Stop around and stay. So as we know, these have been tough shots.
And this hand is also holding as well, Nick, with that breeze. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, you just see it just takes a moment to get going, doesn't it, to get back down.
It does. It's one of them ones. We saw one in the previous game where if you do get too straight on that tight hand, they will go on you.
Now, for John Harriott and your Wagga rules, you're down a big score early. Next door, Port City are leading Warilla 3-0 after 3, so you feel as though chances...
And we know Club Maitland City's chances are 0, is that right, Nick, with no wins?
No wins, so
they've got no chance at all, but they can.
Well, they can be the kingmakers potentially.
How much, if Port win, what's the margin they need?
Their magic number is 9.
There we
Port
go.
City need to win by 9 shots.
We'll keep an eye on that over there.
And that will see Warilla bundled out as John Harriott trying
Yeah.
something similar, but
He is.
I'm going to say it's hard weight there.
Very hard down on that side where the wind is holding your bowl out. It's a hard hand to play this afternoon. We have seen most players playing the ditch side, even though it's a good rink in. And that there is just a great pure draw bowl by Michael Cronin. Well, bit of a swinger down into this Port here, John Harriott. If he holds down, he's close to something here, Nick.
Well,
He's
popped
got
a
the
few
back
out.
Still 2.
So Maitland City move out to a 14-0 lead early doors. Now let's see if DJ can keep this one up. He has done so.
Oh, perfect roll.
Has he done so? He's done so. Has he done so? Is it a perfect roll?
Perfectly rolled into the sand.
Well, I thought for your life that had to stop.
Well,
When it got to the paint, I thought it had to stop. When it got to the tee, I thought it had to stop. When it got to the back of the rink, I thought it had to stop.
I thought we were the only ones having fun with DJ, but rink next door, they're giving it to him as well. Well,
As you see, beautiful sunshine here at Cherry Street Sports. The breeze is freshening from the east. And David DJ Dilworth is going to get us underway. Once again, 14 shots to nil early doors here to Club Maitland City. And the Maitland City fans might be saying, where was this earlier?
yeah, exactly. You know, Maitland City are playing for a fair bit of pride here. You don't come to a state championship. You don't want to walk away with 0 wins. So
No, exactly right. You need to
get something out of this and get a win and finish your campaign off positive.
So we see Bryce there just parking up a little bit short. This short length has seemed to be harder for them to find, isn't it, Jason? The longer length, the draw bowls has always been better.
Yeah, exactly. And
DJ's urging this one to get down. You'd think it would on that hand.
well, it will. Does he get a clear run? Or he just got an edge of that. If he misses that, he's close. Bryce just want another metre of weight here.
Yeah, didn't quite find it. All right, Jace.
Haven't seen anyone else on the rink today put any in the sand, but
DJ just having a joke with us about that Jack roll, and we're seeing it's been remarkable how much they skid on.
has been a common theme, hasn't it, Nick, since the sun's come out. A lot of players have said, the Jack's going that 2 metres further than your bowl. That's probably why we might be seeing the lead bowls just a little bit short early with their first bowl.
Yeah, if you're basing your weight on how you rolled the Jack, can be leaving them short. And you see Georgie's finishing a good home around the back there. Important you feel for Wagga to just get on the board here. And DJ's got plenty of targets. He's giving it to Lee Stinson next door.
Some good banter out here this afternoon, Nick. We're at the end of a massive campaign. Players are still in good high spirits, and they're just really happy to be attending these state championships. And Georgie Jackson, wow, he's found a gate.
This is remarkable. You feel as though Wagga haven't had much luck yet. They've sort of got the wrong halves of bowls and found these gates. But to the credit of Club Maitland City and Michael Cronin's team, they've jumped on.
Yeah, well, Maitland City have had better bowls in better areas. DJ's doing his job and staying right out of the road for the other three behind him.
So very good bowl there.
Well, I think we're going to see some positivity here. What do you think? Maybe just a draw down, a positive draw down.
Yeah, I mean, George Jackson does have the two immediately behind there. I like backhand tight, sit the shot, bowl, trail the Jack down the line.
Beautiful call. Swinging hands, so.
That's the way Cody's setting up.
Well, let get down now. Oh, he's just got the outside of that bowl.
It was probably a bit quick. You see, even with the touch, it's finished a couple of metres behind Jack High. I feel he doesn't need to have that much weight.
Yeah. So, yeah, Mick's wanting a bit of cover back there. 3 down at the back.
Yeah, well, how that's lying now, it is risky. Risky. Clear road here is good. Turns that up towards the jack. Well, that's sort of fattened up the target a little bit.
And that also was a Maitland City bowl. White. So it's only one in there for Wagga. It is the shot.
Yeah, wants a mate. This is a better track here
Well,
for
he
Cody.
wants to change this up. If he trails this jack straight down the line for 2 foot at least, and he's close, Cody, he got
a bit of jack.
some jack.
Oh, not quite enough.
Well, but he's made it harder for Maitland to get to, though. There's no clear run straight to the jack now, so I think he did a pretty good job there. You know, a little bit unfortunate, you know, if he gets that trail straight down the line, probably ends up being a better result. But
see here on the replay, so Cody just sneaks down, gets a tiny bit of jack, but just not enough. But what it does do is it makes it a little bit harder for Maitland City to get at.
You can see Mick Cronin's playing a dead draw here. He's trying to get down that port underneath the white. It is swinging really well there. Just the speed got him more than anything, Nick.
Yeah, finesse. Real finesse shot, that one, isn't it?
It is. You know, but he's also thinking you don't want to be tight there, because tight's no good at all. You get nothing for tight here, Maitland City. Find that hole. Can Wagga beat him to it?
You see Cody urging it back, but again.
Again, it's a great line. They both have come back. It's a slight adjustment of weight now. Well, we're seeing a change of tactic here. Mick's going hard and up and at it.
I don't mind that. There was a chance of a kill there. Rattle a few around. Yeah. Good clear instructions from Cody. Down through there. Little touch can make a good number here. Wagga.
Well, he can.
John Harriott, he's on a better track here. Georgie's getting all over this.
He's just not getting down. Give it every chance. That's a real touch shot that would have been, to try and get right back to there and get any movement of jack. Very hard, but that puts Wagga on the board, I think, Nick.
2 shots? No, just one.
Just the one.
Little discussion of tactics here from the Wagga rules team. How are we going to do this? So, on the board, important. You see Cody having a bit of a chuckle with skipper John Harriott. So let's see if Bryce can jump on here.
Yeah, well, he's directed it well. He's got the first part right. Just wants to run right down to it now. Sam Bryce just been a bit short. He has been in the first part of this game. If he can make that adjustment and just find that weight better and finish behind, I think we might see a little bit of change of fortune for Wagga.
Beautiful colour here of the lovely Tiff Dwarf green at Cherry Street Sports. With 1 day to play, Duncan Elphick has done absolutely.
And that's a cracking opener by DJ there.
Duncan Elphick's done an absolutely superb job here to get these greens up and running as well as he has, with all the weather that the Northern Rivers has copped in the last 5 or 6 weeks. How was Yamba through the floods there, Jason? Didn't call the cyclone, didn't quite.
I didn't get in. I was staff conference in Melbourne, and when I went to fly out on Thursday, couldn't fly into the Gold Coast. It was shut.
Couldn't fly into Ballina.
Couldn't fly into Ballina. Couldn't fly in anywhere. So I got stuck in Melbourne for the weekend. I finally got up on the Monday, and then the river come up and cut a Yamba off. So I had to Canby Ballina for a few days. Yeah, so Yamba itself doesn't actually flood in the town. There is some spots, gutters and drains and that water fills up, but a couple of trees did fall down. But Yamba has a tendency just to get cut off from getting back to the main highway more than anything. So, about 3 days, I think, 4 days maybe.
Had to chop the beer in, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, Georgie's on a good tight line there to get a result.
Oh, yeah, give it every chance. That's a good weight too for it, Georgie. Biggest issue, Nick, is the smell of flood mud around the area. Oh, it is a pong that you don't want to experience, I am telling you.
A bit of that round here at Cherry Street as well. The Richmond River,
Well,
just disgorging all the trees and logs, mud, agricultural runoff.
all right, Georgie, this time.
Up and over that.
That's his bowl coming in, so that's a good result for Georgie.
I reckon he's got second shot there too, Jace.
Yeah, most definitely. Now this is a good adjustment again. Again, we're seeing Dylan finishing in very good spots for his team, doing his job as a second.
Well,
If he's not drawing the shot, he's getting stuff in behind, getting into good homes.
from what we saw yesterday, I wonder if Cody might not be attacking this. We saw yesterday that they had a little bit of a desire to go hit targets, and I wonder if he was asking permission there, or whether the call is no, Skip wants it just up and over. Through the purple and green of Bryce.
Well, this just needs to get down. Oh, just floated through. I like the weight though. You don't want to just be flopping that bowl over. You do need to be promoting that bowl into the head, a 1.5 2 foot.
Yeah, and you can get a result even with the edge of it, like getting the second shot down onto the white. So it was a good option off over there from Cody. As we've seen, well, that's the other bowl of Bryce to Bruyn. Getting knocked up.
Well, interesting next door. 6-0 to Port City, Nick.
Well, we know their magic number is 9, so Port City, a win by 9 shots or greater. We'll see Warilla bounced out.
Cody, does he get any luck? Does he just tighten it up there a little bit too much? And we see when they tighten it up, even on the tight hand, early, they're really wanting to go. So it's a fine line that side. It is difficult.
Looking over at my new best friend forever, Katie Astley, from our earlier games. They're up 10-1 over Belrose in that game. That's a shootout for semi-finals. So 4 sections of 4 teams here. All the section winners go through and play off in the knockout phase. That'll be tomorrow. So tomorrow morning we will be bringing you the women's fours semi-final, and that will be followed at 1 p.m. approximately, the men's fours final. So that will be wrapping up our coverage here from Cherry Street Sports. Myself and Andrew will be back in the hot seat tomorrow. Jason Pinnock might be around just for one more lap.
Yeah, I will be up here tomorrow. I've got a conversation with the club tomorrow here at Cherry Street I have. So just a quick catch-up with one of the clubs.
Oh, we see John there. He's sort of chipped George across. I favour there's probably still only one.
Well, Cabramatta and Maryland's. Don't know which side's which in one of the sections. That's where the Foster section is. Foster beat Cabramatta previous round. The scoreboard's reading 21-0 after 10 ends. But there is no signs and no writing on the scoreboard.
I'll tell you who it is. I'll figure this out. Watch. It needs a bit of luck there. Yeah, with that weight, you had to be pretty well.
Yeah.
Pretty direct.
Straight
there.
at it. We've seen that, haven't we, Nick? That with weight, the bowls are holding.
So, can't really believe it's one, but a little touch on this. It's a very
It's
gentle
close.
little touch. Doesn't want to wick that out. And one shot is all to Club Maitland City. So, Team Cronin move out to a 15-1 lead. We've played 7 ends. And who are we looking at? Maryland's and Cabramatta in the men's, are we?
21-0 on the scoreboard after 10 ends. So.
That is Cabramatta up 21-0. So, might be a bit of frustration there from Disco and that team.
No, and tight match, Foster and East Maitland. We know Foster win goes straight through, but if they do have a loss, Cabra are still in with a chance.
Yeah, lots of different permutations here.
There's heaps happening, so.
So we'll try to keep you updated as best we can. There is also action rolling through on the scoreboard from our other venues, from Alstonville, Plato Sports up there, as well as Club Lennox Sports. Both just 10-15 minutes up the road, and both amazing clubs to go for a game or for a visit or for a meal. Had a very pleasurable couple of days at Club Lennox earlier in this campaign.
What a great spot, eh, Nick? There at Lennox.
You can see the appeal.
Oh. Get there on a Saturday afternoon, and they have that marquee where they've taken up, 3 rinks of one of the greens.
Oh, the marquee's gone, mate.
Yeah, well, it is at this stage. It'll be back. But I think they're getting ready for some big renovations there, Nick.
Yes.
They are.
Recently, Club Lennox was acquired by the Cherry Street Group, and they've done a fantastic job with that club. The bones are certainly there.
Oh, yeah.
As we watch DJ on a much higher line here.
Do expect this to swing all the way back. It's just a matter of the speed. Yeah, that's a very good finish. It's a good result, T to T. Not easy on this green here, Nick.
Not easy to roll the jack. T to T on this green, Jace. Let alone roll the bowl T to T.
Okay, Bryce sticking with this wide hand. He's probably wanting an adjustment of about a metre of weight. Again, pointed well, just...
And he's getting back like a velodrome, though, that hand, isn't it, now?
It's getting back nicely, whereas the other hand's a little bit difficult, we're seeing. Yeah, he's pretty well down here, Dill. Just to run a little further. About a metre.
Yeah.
I'll point it again.
Challenging length to nail, isn't it? Well, Georgie, clear air, and he's very good. Well done,
Take
George.
that, Georgie. Come on down. Well, that pumped the big fella up.
He's been a stalwart of the Wagga community for a long, long time.
Dylan, more positive weight this time. Pointed very, very nicely here.
Can he get all the way to the
Little
jack?
bit of jack. Great shooting, Dylan. Well, that's his job, isn't it? Dylan's been playing pretty solid early in this game. I've noticed if he has missed, he's finished in good homes, doing his job as a second.
Well, Georgie's out in a good line to get down to the jack here.
He's just got to run now.
Yeah, that was a good track. Well, what do you reckon here? 2 to Maitland City currently. There's probably an opportunity to promote George Parker's bowl.
Just got to get past Georgie.
Yeah, well, that makes it hard now on the forehand to promote anything.
It's close to it. It's in the count for 3, isn't it? It's close.
It's certainly in the area. I think I like the green on the right-hand side of the picture.
Still a few to come yet, so...
So the call from John Harriott is he thinks it's better to roll Georgie up. Cody O'Keefe. Well, he can get some clear air and get all the way back. It'd be really handy. Well, that's another one in the knock-up zone.
And that gets rid of the argument on third shot. Wagga's definitely got it now. So I can afford to push up here.
Well, this is a lovely track. Gets around it. This is going to be fantastic. Number 1 incoming. Well.
Wow, that's all down. Wow.
It stayed on.
It did stay up.
It stayed on at the back of the rink. It looked very likely to disappear into the pit there. But I think the call is now for Cody O'Keefe. Just you try to sink this jack. Be first to it. Right into the pit.
That's what he's going for. Yeah, he's just a bit tight. Yeah, unlucky.
Yeah, I think it's a good positive call though. There's lots of Wagga rules bowls that can come up playing on that hand.
Yeah, look, at 15-1 down, you've got to throw a bit of caution to the wind, I think, and try and change something up. But the scoreline next door is interesting. Well, Warrilla's now on the board. We see that.
So we're seeing John Harriott. He's having another go here.
He's under a mess, so... Not too sure about this line, Nick. Come through a bit of traffic here.
Well, it might gum things up a little bit. No, it's still open. So, well, needs a bit of fortune there. Fortune favours, not quite. 2 shots it is to Maitland City, so 17-1. This is early doors. This has been a big score. And, well, we did suggest there was going to be some freewheeling bowls.
Well, exactly, and as I said, for Maitland City, they're after some respect after losing 2 in this section already.
So T to T's the attempt again here from DJ. Let's see how good he goes. This is hard to do, so you know it is 6-2 to Port City next door. So there, giving themselves a puncher's chance. And DJ White's.
Well,
That's how he said he was going. It's gone floating right into the pit. He's having a chuckle. And Bryce, understandably, a little bit tentative there. After seeing that first one go sailing into the pit.
Right. DJ looking to redeem himself. Tell you what, Nick.
He's done this all right.
He's just playing for the crowd.
Yeah. Well,
That's a great shot. That's a great shot.
If you're batting 500, that's probably the way to do it. Let's have a look at that in the end of the running there. Just
look at the finish on it. Absolutely superb.
Okay, take a photo. We'll be watching that back at Club Maitland City this afternoon. So Bryce just finished a little bit higher there. He had his weight almost bang on. And now Dylan.
Just wants this to run up a little further. Not a bad effort.
Now, the eagle-eyed among you may notice that there is 2 Maitland clubs here. And how does that happen? Well, they're in slightly different regions. They've drawn a boundary line right through the middle of the town. So East Maitland are here as the Hunter Valley representatives, as the Newcastle representatives. My apologies. And Club Maitland City here as the representatives of Hunter Valley.
Okay, Dylan just wanting for another metre. Could even afford a little bit more just to get behind. He's just pinched his grass. So Georgie, he looking to come down through that port, get into the jack. I think it's a bit wide for that hand, Nick.
Well, gee, it's doing its best now though, Jace. Look at this.
Well, I was just right. No, it was a good effort by Georgie.
And you can see what he's trying to do. Just need to be the inside of the pink and mauve style.
Yeah. Yeah, this is in an area.
That was about where George wanted to go through with that weight.
Yeah,
but finishing a good home here for Maitland City. So pressure on Cody O'Keefe here. Can he turn this head over? Start maybe a run of ends and have a bit of a fight back. Well, this one's all down on his weight here.
Yeah.
Just a little firm. I like the line.
Yeah, I don't mind the weight either. If he's just that slightly tighter, he can get a result down in there. Giving it a chance. I don't mind this, Nick. Just got to run up now. Just run up.
Well, that sort of gums up that hole a little bit to get to the jack. I wonder.
It's difficult. I think we might see some positivity here.
Flip over to the forehand so you can clean it out.
There we go.
Yep.
John indicated that they've still got second Wagga do.
And Cody's saying it's going to have to be moving if he's going to get to it on the backhand, which was the desired from skipper Harriott. So they've had their discussion, come to some sort of agreement. And Cody O'Keefe now.
Forehand, he's weight. He is
Very
close.
close.
Very close here.
Bang,
That's
nails
a
it.
great hit.
Good hit. Well, we love seeing jacks go pinging around all over the place. I'd like if John's head wasn't necessarily in the way, but we've got a great angle there. The jack pinging off to the left-hand side of the screen. As a good hit there. Cody O'Keefe. Well, just gives an opportunity for Wagga to reset now. And the players are going to go up to the other end to commence end 9 once again. And once again, just big shout out to our volunteers. Our secretary here, Ross, he's out here picking up plates and glasses. What a sterling service he's providing. Champion job, exactly right. You'd think the secretary would be parked up in his throne somewhere. There's some great characters here at Cherry Street and on the Northern Rivers. Nick Hind and Jason Pinnock, we hope you're enjoying your company with a couple of characters here for the TAB State Championships at Cherry Street Sports in Ballina. We're watching men's fours. This is round 3. John Harriott, the skip for Wagga Rules, up against Michael Cronin for Club Maitland City. And we're seeing, well, it's a lopsided scoreline early, and perhaps early from some, well, high risk attempts from skipper Harriott early doors. Dropped a big number on an early end.
Oh, they dropped 12 shots. 3, 4, 5. 3 ends, yeah.
So
that's basically how we opened the game.
Yeah, things have been a little bit more controlled and composed since then, but
still seeing Maitland City get the ascendancy though. Wagga with just the lonely one. And DJ finishing a great home there. Always good behind, as we know.
Bryce persevering with this.
Yeah, you know what, Nick? I like this line.
Backhand, and so do I.
His speed's looking pretty good too. Bryce to Bruyn.
He's going to run all the way up to it.
He's played a
beauty.
brilliant bowl. Finished 6 inches short.
He's played a great bowl. Tough track to find out there. I mean, if you're going to be hypercritical, you'd probably like him to have finished just slightly on the other side of the line, but help get his catcher involved. But I'm not going to be too harsh on him.
No, that's a very good lawn bowl. Dylan, again, we see him playing with very good weight. Now, if you're a second, this is the sort of weight you need to be playing in a fours event, whether it be pennants or state championships. Second's job.
Well, you're not going to
At least be there.
You're not going to say the old cliche, be up and shut up.
Yeah. Well, I get told it all the time. That's my position these days.
No, but it is a vital position, and we see Georgie just falling a little bit short. It's probably not quite a nuisance where it is. But for Dylan, as he suggests, he's played with good weight, he's finishing in good homes.
No, most definitely.
And what he's doing is he's setting things up for his third and skip to move jacks around and have something to play with.
Look, and he's pointed this pretty well, as if he gets any touch, turn, that's a mighty fine effort. Again, really good weight.
Yeah, just skidded. Those are those ones on a carpet surface. You often see the bowl sliding when it goes like that, but
yeah,
just stood it up briefly. George Parker quickly on the mat. And this looks a better track from Georgie.
It's Georgie Jackson, mate.
Georgie Jackson. What am I saying? George Parker.
Yeah.
Who was Georgie? Oh, Georgie Parker was the All Saints. Georgie Parker. Well, it's another $10 in the fine jar for Nick Hine. I'm going to go broke up here this week. At least I'm not saying the Brisbane Lions like I did that first time I was doing the BPL commentary while Clive was unavailable. Didn't he give it to me about that?
I'm sure he would have too.
So 2 shots it is here to Wagga Rules. They've finally found a head that is working for them. I reckon Cody'd love to get something back here. Cover the tee, cover these back bowls.
Cover and count is ideal.
And that white fat's really good. That splits them.
Well, we just heard that, might have heard that through the headset. Mick said, yep, up and at 'em, inside of the green, they'll both go.
And he's pointed it pretty good here. Oh, it's still drifting.
Wide.
I thought out of the hand that looked good, but we know that's the leeward side, and the bowls do hold. As Lee Stinson's giving it back to the Maitland City boys.
All right,
Cody
Cody.
O'Keefe looking to just
He is on a
tie
very
this
good
up.
track.
He gets down to this pink now. That's going to be really good too.
Well, it may count, Nick.
Jason Pinnock's going to have a really good look here. I've got the long leash on him today, so he's able to go for a stroll. And as Jason gets out the front of the commentary position, what do you reckon, brother?
Well, I sort of still favour. Yeah, I still favour that white bowl there. Yeah, I do favour the white actually for third, so.
White for third?
Out on the right hand side. For fourth. I think it's 3.
Oh, that's spat the jack back. And Cody O'Keefe saying, we've got 3 now.
I've just changed everything I was looking at and explaining, so. I'm going to do what DJ said. I'm going to get back behind the screen.
Yeah, we can see. So that jack's gone somewhat into the middle of the whole lot there. But the middle is all surrounded by Wagga Rules bowls, as John Harriott just didn't quite have the go. Nice casual call. You can just draw it or have a trundle down the backhand, look to run the jack into the pit. So, going to try another draw on the forehand here.
Well, if he just holds up around these, Mick, he's pretty close. We know this hand's just holding. Now he needs the run. That's all it was. So. What are we saying? Looking at 3. Draw for 4, I think.
Well, there's a bit of confidence boost for Wagga Rules.
Well,
Get them going a little bit. I think I like the forehand. I feel like there's not much that can go wrong if you play with the correct weight out here.
he's not quite off, and that surprises me. I thought John would give that a chance down there, so rolled 2 out definitely. Measure for the 3, so it's definitely not 4. Just trying to get some numbers here for the Wagga boys. Got a much better end there. A little bit of fortune with the jack moving back, but they had bowls in the area to get it.
So 17-3. There's still time in a fours game to come back from this sort of scoreline. It's not like this is, game set match just yet.
No, but and for Wagga, I think the important bit is these 2 guys up front, Bryce and Georgie, start working as a pair and start nailing lock in a few ends and start nailing some. Start putting the DJ and Dylan under a bit of pressure, the front end of Maitland. At the moment, Dylan's been outstanding.
So we're getting some good commentary coming through here. They're giving it to DJ. May still be looking for an interpreter. So great to have your company wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. Nick Hunt and Jason Pinnock are here with you at Cherry Street Sports. As well, we're hopeful of seeing a fight back because we want to bring you a great contest here. We'll keep you updated with all the matches around the greens. And rolling through on your scoreboard. Bryce has nailed it this time.
Great bowl, Bryce. Excellent. This is what we need to see these front 2 of Wagga doing more often. Ask some questions of the Maitland City front end. Put some pressure on their back end. And, well, straight away.
Well, let's put pressure on DJ. And George Jackson now.
Yeah, it's important for Georgie. Get one in there. Put some numbers on him. Pretty well down, Georgie. Gets to that. Well, it's in. I think ideally next time Georgie be looking to put that front knocker on it. Little trail of jack across down into there, into that pocket, makes things difficult for Maitland as well.
Well, this is a high line here from Dylan.
It's a bit high, isn't it?
And while we know it's turning well, I just felt probably was a little bit optimistic out there, perhaps, and searching for it.
Could be a little nuisance, though, for the draw, couldn't it? A tap on that with draw weight, does it nearly knock it in for shot?
Well, George is tight line here. He's looking for the jack.
He is looking for jack, and this is what I said. If there's any little movement of jack...
Something like this.
Oh, he's just gone under. He played it pretty well, Georgie. But he's put it in a good home. It's set up there. So, Dylan, probably important to be up in here.
Well, this is a better track too.
It is.
Nice.
He's tracking this. He's very, very interested. Well, he's got the shot.
Well, if you're Cody O'Keefe now, do you turn over?
No.
Look to run through, but you still like it there, don't you?
All the forehand, mate. Similar shots. He's playing down there, metre of weight at least, or 2 foot. If he's under, he sits the shot bowl, but ideally, let's drag the jack back to the other 3 and really lock this away. Easier said than done.
Yeah, you were very confident about that. You and just told me.
Just a little high. Like the weight, though.
Yeah.
Give it a chance.
Well, exactly what you suggested. Giving it a chance, getting past.
For Maitland, they want to get a second one in there, you know. They wouldn't mind a little trailer jack themselves across to their shot bowl and take that option away from Cody. So also there's come in. Well, that's going to make things a little bit more difficult now. Got to play probably with a bit more weight than they want to, I think, now, Nick.
Well, it's still loaded up nicely here for Cody O'Keefe. If he can get the jack going straight back, if he can get it to the green bowl.
I guess the other option is he's right under and he gets to the shot bowl. Well,
looked high.
It did look high. Pretty heavy too, wasn't he? Didn't give it much of a chance to
get swinging.
Yeah.
You can see Cody O'Keefe's hands on head there. He's a bit disappointed with this.
I think he's upset because he knows the opportunity also.
Well, and what has happened is that now there's 2 shots for Club Maitland City and for John Harriott.
Super try for 4, Johnny.
Absolutely.
Lee Stinson's just played a howler next door.
He's done well to get, what is he, 7th wood out there now? Well, this is a good tight line here from Johnny Harriott.
Johnny Harriott. Any jack is good.
Any jack's a good jack. Well, that still works. And that first bowl of DJ that looked like it was going to do nothing.
Well,
is now...
Can't see in our camera, but DJ's up there on this seat. He has a grin from ear to ear.
Yeah. He's playing chess while we're playing checkers. He knew that jack was going to get back there, he'll tell us.
Okay, Michael Cronin. Important he gets another one in here. Well, it's 3rd.
So just draw the shot was the call from Cody. Don't fiddle around with this too much. Just draw it. Now, John Harriott is a high line.
Oh, he's very high, isn't he? I know that side is turning, but ideally he's looking under all that there. Georgie to come in as well. Get down to the white, but chance here for Mick now. Oh, sorry, that was Mick Cronin bowl coming in. They've got similar colours. Sorry, viewers, I'm...
You're confused.
A little bit.
Michael Cronin is clashed there, and it's going to be another one. So, Wagga rules the comeback could be on yet, and 17-4.
Oh, we see John Harriott clapping hands. He's up and about. Looks a bit positive.
Yeah, they've had a few mood swings, this team. They've looked up, they've looked downcast. And well, I agree with you, Jason Pinnock. I think the fortunes may ride on the front end. Bryce Bruyn and George Jackson.
Well, we do know, front ends do win games, Nick. Back end's generally determined by how much. It's a bit of a saying, but it's oh so true. Like, if your front end's not firing and your back end's having to save and create shots, it's a very hard task to get victory. So, well,
it's what we saw with Katie Astley in the last game, didn't we? That she was forced constantly to play under pressure. As you see here, Bryce to Bruyn. That's a lovely start.
A brilliant opening bowl by Bryce. More of that is needed. That's hooked away a bit, but it's still in a good area, Nick. We're not seeing these real tight heads with 6 and 7 bowls around it.
So, probably speaks to the pace of the green that everybody doesn't quite have that rangefinder locked in.
and you're just talking Katie Ashley, and I think that game might have went against the percentages where she was under the pump a lot as a skipper. She was. Not that her front end played bad. Soldier's Point just seemed to have answers.
Oh, you're exactly right.
And very rarely did Katie get on the mat holding shot. Lots of second woods. But, yeah, it was a sensational effort by Katie. Needing 2 shots to win the whole match, and plays.
Well, they picked up a 2 and a 2 the last 2 ends to get it, so... As we said, suggested we had a good chat with Cody Packer at lunchtime.
Yeah,
and
he was really good to have a chat with, eh?
The way that he approaches the game,
Yep.
He's a real asset to that club and a real asset to our sport.
And his laptop open, doing work for the club, looking at team selections and stuff like that. So
He actually got a compliment on teams. It must be the first selector that's ever been complimented. They got the teams right. Well, George has chipped that one through there, so it's going to be lying 3. It's not a great 3, but it is 3 shots. That little bit of scoreboard pressure, that little bit of number pressure that Jason's been speaking about for 15 days now.
yeah, look, you can't beat that number pressure. You just keep that on end after end after end. Even if it's spread out like this, it can create opportunity.
Well, players know that, hey, I should be getting one in here, and we're 3 down, and that you can tighten up a little bit. Let's see Georgie being asked to hold there, but look, he slipped past. That's okay.
He's giving himself a bit of a hit, so Georgie's up for this still. He's disappointed with himself there. That tells me he's up for this game. Wants to fight hard for his club mates. Let's see, Dylan Riley. Well, I've just seen this end after end after end, finishing in good homes. He had a rare short one with his first bowl.
Yeah, good home, good weight. And for Cody, well, he'd love to tidy this up. He can put his nose on this jack, just take it across a little bit towards the H in championships, I reckon, Jace.
Next door, Port City up 8-5 for Gorilla. Does he get down enough now? He's coming.
And he gets down to
He
count.
is coming. Well,
That'll be number 1. And I reckon, looking live, I reckon that's still 3 or 4 to Wagga rules. And there's Maitland City. The front end sort of went off this end, but
yeah, look at this though.
well, this is a rescue job, isn't it? Beautifully done.
Yeah, beautifully done. Great lawn bowl, that one. Yeah, team's under the pump. Hey, Cody, just wanting to get back now. He's trying very hard. He's basically repeated his first, so very good shooting. He impresses me, Cody does.
Now, Cody and Brody, his opposing third here. Brody be looking to repeat the dosage. Doesn't want the jack down the line that way. That's spattered out in the open. And our favourite is now only
one.
Only one and a visible jack. Wagga got 2 great catches there in Cody. If he can just flop the blue bowl over, little squeeze on that jack, could make 3. Could make 4 if the jack goes right across to the right of screen. What are you seeing, Jason Pinnock?
Mate, I'm seeing that draw down on the backhand. Give it a chance, at least getting a foot through.
Well, George likes it. Bryce likes it. They're all getting in.
Just
and
holding.
Get it.
I mean, it's just
away.
swinging, sorry.
Yeah.
Look, it's a hard shot to play on this green. That fine foot on, you're just playing a dead draw. You were playing a dead draw. If you get the jack back, it's a bonus, but in your mind, you're playing a dead draw.
Obviously,
Probably got a bigger chance of getting the jack back that way too. So
favour that front one's not in the count. So for John Harriott, it's going to look harder, but it's still on.
well, he's
boys are
stalking
watching
it.
The
The
boys
boys
are
are watching it too.
Jack, no.
Oh. Hands go on the head. Again, it was just that, maybe 2 foot of weight too much. He was probably going 3 metres through there, Nick. But, you want to give it a chance, don't you? You don't want to be dead drawing and falling a foot short.
The situation there didn't permit short bowls, as we know. 100% of short putts don't go
Nick
in.
gets down to this wide bowl of Wagga. He could make a bit of a count here. Well, what has it done?
Could be 3 now.
Definitely rolled 3 out.
Is there any more there? I think Cody O'Keefe might have hung around.
Well, Cody said if you want them, Brody, you go and measure them. Blue one's in, so that's 4, I believe.
What a bowl.
4 it is. So great bowl, Mick Cronin. What a conversion.
Well, turned that head right around, didn't they? With, it was looking like there was an option there for Wagga Rules to make a good number. But, well, Cronin, he had other ideas, and so it's now 21 to 4. You feel that kills off any suggestions of a comeback. 10 ends to shoot. 17 the margin, so it's already, we're looking up to close to 2 and over. So DJ's just stepped off after a big drive from Gary Kelly was likely to spray things all over the place. So for Bryce now, can he jump on?
Yeah, DJ just dropping short with his first opportunity open for Bryce here. Just push down now. He has not a bad opener.
Now, that game that you were mentioning before, the Maryland's Cabramatta game, they've taken the scores off the board.
But they've put a sticker up now.
So you don't have any idea what's going on over there. So if there is a couple of irregularities in your rolling scoreboard, that's why.
Well, it was 21-0, but they've turned all the board over to be 0, so we don't know what's happening.
Maybe they've run out of numbers. It's on. They're up to 50 or something like that. There's no numbers.
Yeah, well. Doesn't matter in that section because if Foster win, they take it out anyway. But if Foster loss, that's where the equation will come in. At the moment, Foster up 15-10 over East Maitland.
Well, we see another good bowl here from your man.
Yeah, Dill's been in an area all day long. He's played well. I've put him down as player of the match so far. Dylan's been solid and put the bowls in the areas.
TJ wanted to give himself 3 points in players player there for putting bowls around the back and getting Jacks to go all the way back to them. That was very clever.
Well, Mick did save. As long as DJ stays out of me road, he'll get the 3 points.
Just throw him at ring peg. You'll be right. So, Dylan Riley now.
Bowling.
And he's done very well there, Dylan. He's just gone and plonked another one on. And for now, George Jackson, he's going to go big on the forehand. What happens here? Well, that's very fortunate. Cleared a few out. Probably made shot too, you feel. That was a Jason Pinnock special there.
Hey, I'll go for a drive. I need something 6 foot wide that's guaranteed to be hit. It's not a shot I play a lot anymore, hence why I'm front-end man these days.
Well, another good bowl here from Brody.
Yeah, that's a great bowl, Brody.
He's restored the balance, you feel. Got the shot back. And for Cody O'Keefe here. It's a fairly open head, really. Forehand is Wagga coming up. Backhand, he can sit the last shot bowl. How's he going for speed here, Jace?
His speed is okay, Nick.
Well, it's better than that, isn't it? That's number one. That's fantastic shooting at full distance. Cody O'Keefe.
Great lawn bowl.
I'll see that one chopped up into in the highlight reel later on.
Yeah, well, I said earlier, he impressed me yesterday afternoon. That match against Warilla. You were watching a bit of that yourself, Nick.
I wanted to make sure Lee Stinson had a few fans in attendance. We've seen a
Wow,
great bowl
Brody.
here.
He's down. He
Wow.
got the jack and didn't go with it. What a great shot. But
Just have a look at this as it finishes. So, once again, he swallows that jack and he's making a good number for himself there, but just chips it straight onto the Cody O'Keefe bowl. And he can now be quite positive up to the blue. Well, that's...
two cracking bowls, Cody. Well, not sure if it counted, but...
You can see a smile on his face there at least. He's up and about after that one. That's two really good efforts at I would say, maximum distance here at Cherry Street. And the players are high-fiving one another at the back of the rink. That's probably brought a little bit of life here to this Wagga Rules side. They're definitely down. And going to see Mick Cronin here. Just looking to reach as thought someone's leg was about to get broken there from a Gary Kelly drive next door. That was screaming at it. That was a lightning bolt.
get down here, John? Well, he looks a bit pacey, Nick. I think he's all the way through, is he?
Yeah, that was the issue.
He's gone.
So,
all right. Nick just looking to get some contact down on there. He's got that blue bowl there, which is Brody Pitham's to go to. If it goes past that, it's 2 down. Good look at Georgie there. Not quite counting. So, is there any opportunity to sit that bowl through there, Nick? I'm not sure. Is there a chance on the back end?
This blue bowl here,
Yeah.
I think it's probably worth 2.
It's worth more. I think it brings them other 2 on the side in.
So let's see. John Harriott, this looks like better wait to get it swinging.
Well, Nick, he's close.
If you're going to get it moving,
Get it
is
on
he
the
going to
right
get
side.
enough?
He's got to get enough. Well,
Oh, he's
maybe
done
it did
well.
that flop back. So, pulling them 2 out. That one will definitely come out. And the yeah.
So 4. He's played that beautifully.
This
there,
is
John
the one
Harriott.
that is up and down now.
Well, I said it'd bring 2 in. You said it'd bring 3 in. So
I said it'd make 4, actually, maybe. No, they're just taking the 4, so.
So DJ doing good thing there. He's placing the mat for our man Bryce, and it's going to be 4 shots to Wagga rules. Well, is there a twist and a turn still to come here?
Oh, what have we got? 9 ends, 13 shots. Not out of the equation.
It's actually got their run rate down to something a little bit more manageable. As the players come past, skipper Harriott's going off for a comfort stop, so we'll see Cody directing the play.
Pretty good opener here by Bryce. Run right up to it. That's a great opener, Bryce. That's what Wagga needs to see more of.
Yeah, a bit more positivity here. Cody's looking a bit happier.
That's a good start by DJ. I like that. Give it every chance to get down there. Finishes that metre a bit more behind.
22-1, our rolling scoreboard says that Cabramatta Maryland's game, so I don't know where our markers are finding that score from, but maybe Dean's going to give him a little tune up and said, what's on your card, please?
Well, that's very well done. That's a good lead by Bryce. Well done, mate. 1 on, 1 behind. Can't ask for much more.
As someone who's been on the wrong end of a massive hiding in a singles game where I didn't get the double figures, you'd be very quick to want to go and turn that scoreboard over. You don't want to leave that up all day for people to see.
You are correct.
Who got tailed 25-3? Oh.
Well, I remember back when we played 31 club singles match. Played against this bloke, Davey Russell. He's a bit of a well-known bloke. He's just come back to bowls in the Tamworth area, and he was at Katingal, and I actually had a really good game. One of them games played really, really well, but he had an answer for everything. I think it was something like 31-5, and I was quite
And he
happy.
played well.
I'm not joking you, though. I actually did. He was dragging every jack known to man. He was, hitting everything. It was just one of them games. I couldn't lock anything down. Very early in my bowls career that was, but
Yeah, you give out 31-5s
it's crazy.
every day now, don't you?
Actually, might have been 8. Sorry, might have been 8. But either way, it was single figures, and I was like, I actually played pretty good bowls.
We're getting some comments coming through. Water bowl from O'Keefe. Clip that for the highlights package. I've done that.
Beautiful.
That stick will be going to Kira O'Shea at the conclusion of today's play. Georgie
Georgie down, bumps it out, and
Completely
flops
done.
behind. That's a great result.
And Glenn asking, is this the last stream game today? Yes, only 2 sessions today. 2 sessions tomorrow. We're almost at the conclusion here at the TAB State Championships.
Dylan, does he get right back? Whoa.
Well, he's going very good here, your man. It's been a great campaign for those that have been with us all the way since Tuesday 2 weeks ago, when we've been bringing you the All Abilities Championships.
It's like 22nd of March or something, Nick. 23rd of March.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while.
So Cody being asked to drop on the forehand. The jack is obscured by the green bowl of George Jackson on the centre line, which is second from the top.
Finishing at home, and that's a very good effort.
Well,
Look, if you're being critical, he wanted probably another 30 centimetres.
yes, I've heard that about him. But you're exactly right. It's wide enough that it isn't a shoulder.
Brody's in an area here. Does he get right down? Well, he did, and opens it up a bit. Easier for Jack to move now.
So just doesn't want to throw this one tight here, get any contact through the front on the forehand.
No, there's a good group there of Maitland City bowls.
But the call was to get round the back, give George a roll. Roll George back to the centre line would be great.
I'd love for this to get down hard now. Edge of that. That's probably enough to count. Wagga just putting some extra bowls in areas and asking a few questions.
Yeah, they're starting to build some better heads, aren't they?
They are, yep.
But yeah, I like confidence still on the forehand. There's a call from skipper Cronin there. So just confident on the forehand. You can get through the front bowl. If you can get the front green bowl through the jack, big chance of it spinning back. Well, he's gone quite firm at this. And well, that's rattled things around, but still 2 shots at least to Wagga rules.
Look at that. Great shot there, DJ. Proudest punch. Both his bowls up on the bank. No fault of his own, though, this time, I've got to say. But
what a specimen. He'll take a photo of that too. So for John Harriott now, this backhand looks to be the way. Get right down and sit with this pink bowl would be really, really good. Cody's urging it to get down just maybe a fraction quick. It's given a nice...
There's a bunch there, isn't there, Nick?
It's a nice ledge for John Harriott to sit on. It's pretty important that he does it too, because there's a heap there. If that jack can get moving...
Well, I think Mick's got to play this. He's turning the bowl down onto the jack. Jack down the line, 2 foot. We can see get to the green. 1, 2, 3 there. Green bowl. To the left is a Dylan Riley bowl. The right blue is Brody Pitham.
Yeah, we know the challenge with this one is it's got to be hard weight. You know, he's not bashing this because he doesn't want the jack to go out of play. He just wants to spill it back and probably play that metre over.
Yeah, so he's just decided to come the backhand, and he's played it pretty tight too, Nick, depending on his weight.
Just going to slide past.
Yeah, not a bad effort. So he's actually 2 down here.
3.
Oh, 3.
Is the
3
claim.
fingers. No, it's not. I knew that was a G up. It's only 2.
Well, we're talking about run rate required, and for Wagga rules, we see there they're getting that sort of a little bit more manageable now. 8 ends to play, 11 shots only the margin. So, one more multiple and they've got it back to 1 and over. As you can see the flags just fluttering there, top right of screen. A lovely afternoon here at Cherry Street Sports. The sun is shining. We've hit the 25-degree maximum for today, but it's quite comfortable now. It's a great start there.
I've seen a few ends like this now by Bryce. He's just turning the screws a bit, knuckling down, getting good bowls in better areas. And next door, Port City are up 12-6.
Well, you'd expect Port City. They've had a look at the numbers. They've been into Bowls Link. They know what their magic number is.
Of course, yep.
We've calculated it to be a 9-shot victory required by Port City to swing that margin around.
Here there was only a chance of Wagga going through, but they needed a bit of margin before this game as well. And
yeah, it was going to be a bit of an arms race next door if Port City could win in a fairly tight one.
Yeah.
But then Wagga had to come out and absolutely belt.
Yeah, and that's
Maitland City, and that's not going to happen now. So
that's gone. That's out of the equation now. So
I think they're playing for pride, and that's probably been reflected in the games become a little bit more composed now. We saw some pretty loose efforts at the start.
It did, and from a Wagga perspective, you look at that scoreline early on, you go, look, boys, we're not going to finish our campaign like this. Dig in, come on.
Yep.
They haven't come all the way from the Riverina, all the way up to the North Coast to cop this.
So TJ, well done. I'll clip that up for him.
That's going on the highlight reel, that is. 2 good bowls there by DJ. Georgie, does he push hard enough? He's in an area, just slides under. Like the weight that he used, though.
Well, we're getting on to that time of afternoon. Now, it was 4 o'clock only on Saturday with daylight savings time. 3 o'clock now, where we do notice as the sun gets lower, just a little bit of the finish comes off the bowls, and players might have to adjust back to a slightly slower green speed.
Well, no matter what, Dylan's coming to a really good home. He's got the best back there, knowing that Wagga are going to be pushing up and at this a little bit.
He's your man.
Well, he's doing his job well, I think, that's all. Without being sensational, he is doing his job.
Well, that was
Georgie.
sensational there from George. Sits out the shot bowl, makes it 1 to himself. And, well, you'd expect here Maitland City just looking to return fire, your man.
Well, he can afford to be a positive draw. He's tried to play a dead draw there and lost that weight, so... I think you'll be seeing Cody. Positive draw down here. Trail of Jack would be amazing. Straight down the line or down across. Get it back to the back George bowl.
That's George Jackson.
To the left-hand side
back
there.
Left, yep.
Yep. That's the sort of area you want. Let's change the look of it up. Slightly underline here. He's got pretty good weight for it though, Cody. Look, he's finished in a good home, but left the gate open here, and someone like Brody Pitham you'd expect to jump all over this. Very credentialed player, very well known in our state. He's in an area, he's got his skipper interested. He's all the way up. Well,
May well have made.
Could have, but doesn't change the shot for Cody. Up and at him, trail through.
Can sit that one now as well.
Well, I think the trail he want more than sit in the bowl. He doesn't want the blue bowl in amongst their own bowls there, you know. So
just a
I like
little bit.
I like that he played wider rather than tighter. If you get any of that blue bowl through into the back of the head, there goes your big count.
Well,
that is a cracker, Brody Pitham. So
that's going to mean things need to get changed
I
up
think
here.
you'll see some aggression coming here from John, I'd imagine. And Cabramatta game's finished. Obviously, they've had a win. In the other game in that section, Foster, 15-13 after 13 ends. So
Well, might be hanging tough there, the Fosters.
I think so. So, as I suggest, John's going to try and get up and at him here. I do like the fact he played with this sort of weight. Well done. And that, look, in the catch and pen.
Yeah, there's shaping to be a really good collect here. If Wagga rules can somehow squirrel the jack back.
Can Mick get right around this and get in behind? Well, what he's done, he's actually flopped that shot bowl down right behind the jack. That really takes away the trail of the jack back into that pocket, so that's a sensational bowl. Very hard now for it to get into that pocket. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 million.
Yeah. Well, we saw big weight there attempted from John Harriott. Looking to kill or split the two blues. And
Okay, so we've seen this before. So he's actually gone, come down into the green. If you get any touch on your bowl, it may roll back onto the jack. Jack up. Could bring in a couple of extra. That's what Brody's called.
Well,
Slightly under. But what a great long bowl. There's 4 fingers in the air from Brody.
I'll have a look at this. This is the last one at the end.
And 4 it is. Well, 15-shot margin, 7 to play. That's out over 2 and end. It's getting to that near impossible stage, Nick.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But we've seen found plenty of strange things happen in bowls. But
Yeah.
you see Cody O'Keefe coming past. He's having a good chuckle. Congratulating Michael Cronin on what was a splendid end there. He played some good bowls. Karen Murphy's come past. Cabramatta have had another good win in the women's fours. And
Oh, even next door, Rick, they're having another crack at him too.
well, you leave yourself open for this when you put an opinion out there, and he's got plenty of them, DJ.
Well, when you want to be a man of the people, open yourself up to a few opinions from others. Look, no, DJ, he's one of them characters that we love having in our game. He really is.
Yeah, the game's better for him.
Oh, most definitely. He's a likeable character.
Well,
he loves to have a lot of fun.
That's going to disappear too, I'll feel, is it? No.
And Bryce just turned to him and went, "That's how you do it." No, he's definitely a character he's great for our game. He's got a lot of larrikin about him. But I tell you what, he is a brilliant administrator of our game as well, Nick Hine.
And he's been a bit critical, but he can play too.
Yes, he can play a bit. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course he can.
we've got to be nice to him occasionally.
Yeah.
He's no slouch.
Look at this. He's trying to put Jack in the pit.
Oh, now he's showing off. I told he's going to get freewheeling. Now, importantly, though, there is other results that will impact this section. The one next door. What's the scoreboard showing there?
Well, Port City have won that end because Phil Baker's leading off, so it's out more.
Oh, great start.
Bryce to Bruyn, great shot, great start. Gary Kelly's just standing in the front of the scoreboard. I can't see from my angle.
Terence is asking in the chat how to find the morning games results. You can go onto the BowlsLink results portal. That's results.bowlslink.com.au, and that will have all the matches here at the TAB State Championships. You can see everything from the All Abilities that we started with 2 weeks ago right through to today's matches and the first and second rounds that have been completed this morning. This is third round action here of the men's fours. The winner of each section progresses to tomorrow's semi-finals.
Well down again here, Nick. Sorry. I like this.
Mate.
Bryce to Bruyn. Great shooting. That's how you lead. Brilliant bowling.
Oh, geez. You're having a good time here. I don't know that DJ's enjoying it quite as much as you are.
We're all having fun. Yes, there was only one to Port City across there, so 13-6 now. That's 7-shot margin.
Well, it's getting anxious, isn't it, next door?
Well, yeah. Dylan, again, comes to the rescue. Great bowling. He's played really well. He really has. He's been solid. Look, that's a good shot. He's just fallen the shot bowl over, but there's more room to the jack now. More opportunity. There's Georgie. Looks like he's up and at this a bit.
Oh, he can get a little scrape off the white here, doesn't he? That side of it. Oh. DJ's going to be saying that he played. He played for that.
Just heard a comment, something about good positional play, apparently.
Yeah. He continues to play chess while we're playing checkers.
Oh, you wouldn't be dead for quids. This is a brilliant game, isn't it? Our sport is a brilliant sport. We meet some brilliant characters.
Call from
Georgie.
skipper John Harriott.
I'll tell you what, he's in an area again here, Georgie. How does he get it now?
Get through this.
Oh. Good effort. Very good effort.
Well, they're in for second and third here. Wagga.
Now, how does he get down now?
Well, even if he doesn't, though, that's going to make it a little bit more difficult. I don't think Cody can go direct at the white now to get it out. And on this shorter length, the mat's well up the line. Yeah, the call is draw it backhand. Little touch would be sensational.
Oh, a little touch
Cody
would be
here.
absolutely brilliant. You know, Cody's got the green bowler plus the Bryce de Bruyn touch there. Does he hold down to the jack
he
and
does
go with
right.
it? That is brilliant. And it just dropped into the ditch as well. So that's... Is that 4 shots? There's one in the pit, isn't there?
Yep.
Yep.
So
Okay, and there's a Bryce de Bruyn toucher on the green as well, which can also...
yeah, wow. Well, this is set up nicely for a big collect here for Wagga.
Well, opportunity for him.
And
Now Brody just wants to get down and pull up now.
well,
That's a pretty good effort.
we've seen some great exhibitions of bowls drawing to the ditch. We saw that amazing bowl from Lee Schreiner the other night, and what a rev up he gave himself. What a rev up I gave you for echoing my commentary as well, Jason Pinnock, but that's all right.
Yeah, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I got caught up in the moment and did sort of overtake my enthusiasm. Overtook that night.
Mate, what an exciting contest though it was. So we see
It was.
Cody just slipping past. Well, I'm no knock on that, Jason Pinnock. It was a brilliant, exciting moment in the game and well called by both of us.
I think so too.
At the same time.
It was great team effort.
So that's what's facing the players here is skipper Michael Cronin goes to the head. So the jack is all the way into the ditch.
Michael's just looking to draw to the lip here. This is not easy on this speed of green today. Well, he's also got, that is a George Jackson bowl.
It is just to scrape off that, but he was always quick.
Just the draw here for John. He can afford to play a tight draw too. It's all him coming in, but I tell you what, how's the speed on this one? The speed is good for a count.
That's in for 5.
That's a handful. We may see a bit of weight coming here. Yep.
Just go hit this and clean a few out.
Here it comes. Well, another one to come.
So, Johnny Harriott, free kick for 6 here, is it?
Yeah. Nothing else on, just another draw. Make 6. Same bowl as his last. He's out wide enough too. Line's good.
Yeah, that's punching on. Cody loves
That's
it.
enough.
Look at that.
That is in. That'll be 6. 7.
Seven shots it is. Wow, well done.
7
Wagga
shots. So that
rules.
front George Jackson bowl was actually in.
Now, I've
Wow.
got to remember how to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no, I've hit the button.
You've
Gone
done
off early.
something.
I've hit the button. Oh, no.
Yes, you have. So 15 ends, it's 25-17. So
That's all right. I'll fix that. Well, what a remarkable collect there by Wagga Rules.
well, these guys right back in the game. That run rate was near impossible, we said, and
Sky high.
you did note that our game can bring up some funny situations, and right on cue, a 7.
A rare 7. Who was out for the 8th?
I'm going to ask Georgie, who missed the 8th?
That's all. That's so often.
I reckon the boys will have a drink over that tonight. Hey, Georgie, who missed the 8th? You'll let us know, though. Are we talking about it? Okay. And Bryce, look at this. Bryce is right up. Beautiful opening bowl.
Great start.
This is where these counts have started coming. Bryce has really knuckled down. He's playing some great bowls. And Nick, Port Macquarie have got the mat again.
Well, some real excitement in this section now. This game coming down to the wire. That's 14 ends you say completed here, isn't it? 14.
Yeah, but they haven't updated their scoreboard, so I'm not sure what the count was. Oh, there we go. It was and another one, so it's 14-6. That's 8 shots. Their number was 9. Bryce, really well down again here, Nick Hind.
Oh, you're exactly right, Jace.
No,
well, this is building for a thrilling conclusion in a game that you never know. And, well, I'll wait till he's back in earshot, but Greg Wright's put an excellent comment in the chat there. So, DJ's walked away. What a shame. That the comment from Greg Wright, who's Was that 7 caused by a poor jack roll from the Maitland City lead?
No, I think it's time we give DJ a bit of a break. Things are getting a little bit serious here at the moment. So 6 ends and 8 shots. Well, back in the equation it is. Georgie's giving himself a bit of a hit. A bit of adrenaline still in Georgie after that last 7, I think.
He's pumped up all right.
Most definitely he is.
But he has stayed up at the back of the rink importantly. So
Most definitely.
currently lying a good 2 for Wagga rules. Well, they pluck another multiple out of thin air here.
Ladies and gentlemen, game on. Dylan Riley.
Well,
Great bowl.
he's been your man, but straight away I did say that bowl of
Georgie up and at him. How's he
Georgie.
looking? Well, he's got it. Jack in the pit. His bowl at the back now counts as the shot.
And that one at the back I said might be important, and George was up and he slapped that head,
I
didn't
like this. I like these tactics by Wagga. They've become aggressive. They have. They're up and at the head more, giving their bowls chances more. You know, Maitland were just dictating every single bit of play in the first part of this
he?
game.
Well, this is a fair effort here from your man Dylan, but
Yeah.
it's just sliding past. So we see the Jack's in the ditch. It's at the yellow marker that George is indicating to us. Well done, George Jackson. The green bowl of George is the shot. And it's fairly well protected there. Like,
Yeah.
you can maybe get to it through the middle, but it's tight, that port. So if Cody O'Keefe can add another one here.
Look, they're drawing to 1 metre past the tee, you know, and that's pretty close to the shot. That's their aim at the moment.
Well, this is going to hang around, and that will be in the count.
Yeah, Wagga will play this hand, but Maitland will swap to the other hand. I'll take the open air. Metre past the tee mark. Got to be close to a count. At very least, second wood.
So a little bit of discussion there from Maitland City, but you're right, just backhand, it is wide open.
We'll come back. Now it's down to a speed. Brody Pitham is very, very well down, and I'll tell you what, that is close to number 1. Well, just looking at Georgie up there. He's throwing his arms around. Looks like he's going at it, get it out of the road, get rid of it.
Well,
So I think that's certain number 1 now.
it's probably not quite that easy. It's a 1-bowl target out wide.
Yeah, I mean, the way Cody O'Keefe's got weight control, he could quite easily draw that. No.
You see John Harriott on his haunches. He'll be cheering on his young charge here, Cody O'Keefe. And you can see just in the shadow there at the right picture, that's the one that he's got to beat. I feel this is narrow out of the hand. He's dropped his head there, Cody.
Yeah.
He's got some runs on the board today, but that's
He
not
has.
his best.
That's a bad miss for him, and you know what? He's played really, really well. He'll be disappointed enough without us having to talk about it.
So now, Brody. He drew a beaut with his first. That one's not going to get into it. So excitement builds here towards the very end of this men's third round. Next door, Port City leading by 8 shots. Chase, is that?
They're leading by 8, and I like them for 2 at the moment.
So, is the door open a little bit for And upset, and we're really getting bounced out here. John Harriott, he's just looking to draw this one. Stone cold. He's pretty close here. Can he pull it up there? Johnny Harriott on the pit. Well done.
Wow.
Unbelievable. He didn't give the big Lee trainer rev up though, did he?
No, he didn't, Nick Hinden.
Very similar. Well, a little scrape off that. You wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to drop shot that way.
I left that one alone. Look, again, straight away the other night, I got really excited and
well, it's very exciting.
Nick Hinden,
No, it's
I was
good.
waiting for Nick to really get up there then, because that is not easy on this green. You thought Lee Schreiner's shot was good. That is really good on this speed of green.
So, John Harriott.
Both sensational shots in their own right.
Can he repeat the dace? He's got to be a little bit cautious with his weight here.
Looks just a tad quicker. He doesn't. Well, he can play.
Oh, he
hit
can
that and sit that in. Well, that's okay.
One up to one up.
Yeah. No, give it every chance.
Well, I reckon he's got to go quick at this now. Whack it in.
Don't know if he's got the pace to hold all the way down there. No, unfortunately he hasn't. Just gone in underneath. So we see another count here for Wagga.
One out.
I think it's at least. Well, I liked it for two before, but.
This is getting very, very close. Looking at that.
Front blue bowl, yep, of course, sorry, no.
Front blue, there's a good view of someone's backside.
Brody Pitham. It is only the one, okay.
Right,
But it's another one to Wagga, mate.
Well, Wagga now trail by 7. We'll get the scoreboards back up for you there. We'll just knock them down while we're out wide.
Something's changed in that head next door, Nick, and there's 7 people around the head. I like it. It's both teams are right in the fight here, and they're getting involved, and this is a good part of our game, and this is teams action for you. Everyone getting involved, listening to the decision-making process.
So Jack disappeared, but I'll show you what Jason Pinnock's talking about. That's 3 Port City, 3 Warillas. There's also a club Maitland City over there having Captain Cook as well.
Yeah, but previous to that shot, there was a lot in around the head, and there were lots of discussion.
So, back live here, we've seen Bryce, not for the first time today. He's lobbed the jack into the ditch. And DJ, he's got the chance to set the length now, so those really short ends that Wagga had been using to get back into this game, well, that's not going to happen here.
And Warilla's won that end. Don't know how many they got, but they get control of the mat again. They just had a bit of a conference again up the green. Obviously a discussion around length. It was a quick one, so I think it was more a directive than a discussion.
I think if you've got Gary Kelly on your side, you just listen.
A lot of the time, yeah, of course you would. Most definitely. A player of his ability, his experience. Anything he says goes. I'm sure he'd be open to suggestions, though, as well. DJ out on a very good line here. And he will get all the way back down, just about. Great opening bowl. Well, we just see DJ get one nice and close. Bryce has sort of had it over in the last 3 to 4 ends, I think, Nick. And
yeah, I'd agree with that assessment. But that's come with controlling the mat, controlling the length. You know, he's really nailed it on those shorter ends. We see DJ's pushed the jack a little bit longer than what we've been seeing, and for Bryce, he's just sliding under a little bit short. So Chance for Maitland City here to jump on and re-establish that healthy lead.
So DJ doesn't need to change much here. Double up on it. If he's missing, he's that metre behind Nick. He doesn't want anything short here. And, well, he'll kick himself for that. He will not be impressed. That's not
what the situation required, Jason.
No, not at all. And Georgie, he's going to be up and about for sure here. He's up and about all right. He's all the way through for Jack. Georgie does never die wondering, I'm telling you right now. He loves giving his bowls a chance, Georgie. He's well known for it. I played him at the Black Opal Classic at Lightning Ridge last year, and oh my God, the amount of jacks he dragged or killed or hit were unbelievable.
One of the great tournaments, the Black Opal at Lightning Ridge.
Yeah. Dylan, just a little bit underdone there, you know. With that jack being back towards the ditch, he might have been a little bit tentative to try and play that full draw up to it. Not hard to... Well, Georgie's got a bit of pace on this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, he gave that a big chance of
he did.
going all the way to the sand.
Yeah. Dylan just wants to be up now. Anything past the tee line is pretty good. It's pretty close.
That's certainly in the argument.
Oh, most definitely it is. DJ's like, he's gone inside for a comfort break, come out and gone, didn't realise I dropped that short. He missed the super try by Georgie. 25-18, 5 to play, Nick. There's game on here.
This is what Cody O'Keefe's looking at.
He is, and
get
just
through
don't
that
think
green.
Cody's right here, and it's all right. Forget it. Move on.
Yep. Got another one.
Brody would be wanting to get on this. I sort of favour Maitland City for shot at the moment, but it's tight from our camera angles. Plenty of room though for Brody Pitham to get another one in there. If he is up.
Yeah, I feel that one's run out of steam as well.
What's the time, Nick?
It's
10 to 4.
Big buddy.
Slight change in pace of the green already. Here we go. We missed it. Didn't get it on camera. We just had two bowls from adjacent rinks hit each other. But that's an indication of, the speed of the green, but also, we do have the jack moved on this rink.
They both reckon they had solid touches there. That was... So we're going to reset. Cody's going to get another go. They might stagger their start times now. What do you reckon, Jace?
Yeah, there's this slightly staggered start time. Kefty's gone, I'll wait for you.
Cody away.
Skipper's gone, this is much better than your previous. Cody's not impressed with that, but
no, he's
didn't reach. It's unlike him, he's played really, really well.
See here now what Brody can do. He's trying it on the back end.
He is. He's swapping hands. This hand's really good for swooping. I don't know if he's going to pull up, though.
That was the old cattle move. He rounded them all up.
Yep.
But did just drop into the sand pit.
Bit of chatter going on here, Nick. It's really good to hear. The Wagga boys are up. There's a bit of adrenaline pumping through them guys. They're like, you know what? We've given ourselves a chance, boys. Let's keep pushing.
Yeah, quite right.
Love this. sure for all their supporters down in the Riverina, they're loving to see this fight back as well. Plenty of pride down that way, Nick. Pride in all our regions, but
Let's see what Johnny Harriott can do here. He's got this one away.
I'm unsure. It looks slightly tight.
It's got a few to get past.
Well, I tell you what, he's just got to push past.
Well, that's in. That's
that
number one.
Is the shot. He did not like it at all. But
well, he did go probably the harder track to get in there. Had to go through a few and around a few and under a few and here, there and everywhere.
Nick Cronin is in a very good area here. Boys are just asking for it to trundle up.
Not quite. Well, we saw John Harriott on the last end, drew magnificently out to the ditch. Can he repeat the dace? He's on a high line here, your favour, Jason.
Yeah, but he's got a lot more speed too, so I think this one might be going through into the sand, unfortunately.
Yep.
It is. So. All right, they're looking for a bit of a run up here and playing through a Wagga bowl into the other, and they'll both go. Be worth a few here for Maitland. As he's let it go, he's looking for the... Whoa.
Well, sliced around in there. One shot is all.
A lot of bowls moved around. It is only one.
So 25-19. 6 down, 4 to play. This has turned into a really exciting finish here. A game that was a massive blowout for a while, and then all of a sudden, Rules Wagga, they've picked up a couple of numbers. Bryce Bruyn, he's been really good up front.
Yeah.
Set things up really nicely. Cody O'Keefe's played some big bowls. Skipper John Harriott, he's been good.
Georgie's enthusiasm up and about and at the head. So it's just turning the tide a bit for Wagga. And
playing big bowls when it matters. 14-7 next door in that battle for potentially the top spot in the section. So Warilla 7 behind. You feel they'll be the last one out here. They've killed a few already.
Don't forget also, like Maitland City, no wins so far in this campaign, so they're playing for a lot of pride too.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not just out here for to have a hit and giggle. That is for sure, but obviously now time to knuckle down. They got that big lead. Don't know if they're relaxed or Wagga's picked up. Maybe a bit of both, I think, Nick, looking at it. But now it's time for Club Maitland City. All right, let's get back to work, boys.
Well, we've seen.
But the difference has been Bryce to Bruyn up front. Knuckling down, getting his lead bowls in those better areas early. Giving plenty more options for George and Cody coming behind him, and then John Harriott's a lot of the time being able to add to counts rather than playing shots to save counts. So
Yeah, to cut down or whatever it may have been. Yeah, looking to cut down or turn heads over.
Tell you what is interesting, Nick Hind.
Yes.
East Maitland now ahead of Foster.
Well, that's going to have big implications because we know that Cabramatta.
Wow. Don't know if you heard that through our...
Be surprised if you didn't hear it everywhere around Australia. Didn't need it through our microphones.
There was a massive shot played on there by Gary Kelly, and I've got to say, Nick, sorry, we'll just watch Georgie's bowl here. Pretty good track, isn't he? It's down under the white. I've got to say, there was a fair bit of passion come out of Lee Stinson and Gary Kelly together there. So they're up.
Well, they're aware of the fight that they're in and what the margins are.
Yeah. This is what our sport's all about. It's really good to see. Like Gary Kelly, world champion bowler, Commonwealth Games medalist, still up for it massively at state championship level with his club mates. And that is a great bowl.
It's a
Dylan
super
Riley's
bowl.
done it again.
So Cody,
Him and Brody have been sensational for Maitland City. Mick's added in as well. Not that I'm...
I don't think there's been a bad player on the Rick from Maitland City. Genuinely, they've all delivered.
It's just that Wagga have picked up their game massively. Okay, Dylan Riley here now. He doesn't want any movement of Jack, really.
You can get down and sit this bowl of Bryce to
Bowl
Bruyn.
is
That's
perfect.
brilliant. Brilliant bowls there.
It's great shooting, Dylan Riley. Got the shot. Gets back down. Gets back position. If you're a second, they are ideal bowls to be playing.
So George Jackson, John Harriott having a bit of a discussion there about what we're going to play. Cody, what are you going to play, brother?
So next door, Warilla picked up a 2, so the margin's back to 5 now.
It's an exciting finish here at the TAB State Championships as Cody O'Keefe, he's looking to search up through the front bowl.
Yep.
John Harriot's figured it out. He got out of our road.
Wow, Cody, very good weight for the shot.
Yeah, you felt just to the high side was probably where to miss rather than underneath, but as you suggest, Jason Pinnock, that's beautiful weight.
Brody just got to get right down now. He's got a bit of a ledge he can sit on at the back there. Great shooting, Brody Pitham. Brilliant bowling. Maitland City really getting to work now.
Well, you feel like they've had to put their game faces on the last few minutes, haven't they?
They've had no option, mate.
This big fight back from John Harriott and Wagga Rules. Cody on a similar track needs to be a bit firmer. Yeah, nice speed to draw it there, but the line wasn't conducive. And for Brody now, just want to swing down.
Well, gets under them wide ones. Could be handy. So what do you think? 2? 3 maybe, Nick, I think. Well, possible 4.
Yeah, that angle probably shows it a little bit better. The pink, the white, and the blue I favour are all in.
Yeah, so 3 we're pretty certain of. So Wagga are really relying on Johnny Harriott here to get him out of this situation. You know, they're in the fight at the moment. 4 ends to play, 6 shots to go. But a loss of a multiple here could just break their hearts a little bit, so. Mick, can you get right down there? Get right back and count as well, and that could be a bit of number pressure, Nick.
Yeah, I feel as though John Harriott might look to clear a few out here.
Well, he's swapping hands. And he is up and at this. He's following it too. Well, Cody's in the road. We can't quite see. He's
Oh, he got one only.
got one only. Wow. Cody, hand on his head. He must have been close.
Well, you can have a look at this again. So there was plenty to run into. That Jack could have sprayed out anyway. Could have got a few out, but and so Cody, he knew what he was doing. Got out of our road, but only just got the one.
Yeah, he's somewhat unlucky, so.
As we see the last bowl there from skipper Mick Cronin just go past.
Well, Brody's not giving up on anything here.
You can see they're having a good time out there. Big smiles.
Oh, there is. You know, the boys have had plenty of great sportsmanship and banter out there, and 3 it is.
So, well, does that kill off the comeback? Now 9 shots in 3 ends. We're talking 3 and over.
Well, we've seen a 7, Nick.
So, never say never again. But
if you're in Maitland City's shoes, you're probably feeling a little bit comfortable, but they've been comfortable in this game already once.
yes, and they got fairly uncomfortable for a moment.
Exactly
didn't
right.
they?
I think it's important they say, nah, we're still not home. Let's keep knuckling down.
And it's a sign of a champion team. You know, it's respect to your opponent that you really go and put them away.
DJ this time. Well, unfortunately, just gone through into the sand. He has.
Well, it's given Bryce a chance to throw a preferred length here for Wagga rules. And well, this has been their go. It's been Matt back and Jack up short ends. And making Cody O'Keefe work for it. I'll wait to get to the back of the ring.
Making you work for it too, moving your camera. So probably, what do you think, Nick? 2 metres past the minimum length here? This is not easy.
23.
I think it is.
Will be pretty close to the mark, and 23 metres on a green of this speed, even as things are cooling. The real sharp finishes just perhaps dulled a little bit. Michael Beaumont suggesting someone might need some more practice throwing jacks. Well, he's not on his own. I think almost every player has lobbed one into the ditch here. It's a good correction from DJ.
Maybe I reckon MB can get across to Maitland City and maybe deliver some advice to DJ. MB, well known and accredited coach himself. Done a lot of work with our coaching framework in our sport.
It took me through the advanced coach course a couple of years ago. It was an experience. It was me and 5 jackaroos, so I felt a little bit outclassed there.
Yeah, but did a lot for our sport in his time, and now enjoying retirement he is. And he's playing some really good bowls. I see Nick MB. He's representing in the senior region sides, and
Pretty deadly with the stick.
yeah, good luck to him.
He's got the bowling arm going now, Michael Beaumont.
Again, Dylan Riley down, and
Just finishing in good
still
areas.
saying man of the match. He's the man you want in your team every single day of the week. When you're
Well,
putting
when
down 2 bowls like this, end after end, he's near a first pick.
Well, George Jackson's urging this one to keep going. Just going to run out of puff.
Well, it's in Dylan's eye. It may visually not be that appealing, but no, he's going to stick with it.
Yeah, that hand does look tight now with Bryce at the front and George on the wing there.
Well, he has narrowed up from his previous.
Oh, this is a weight control exercise.
But it's all
now.
about weight now, that's right.
This is superb. Absolutely superb.
Dylan Riley drawn the shot.
Well, George has seen enough of that forehand. He's going to flip over. There he goes, sailing around the backside. Gives an option at least. He got past. And now for Brody. Chance to add on and really put this one to bed. We saw Wagga in a situation like this against Warilla in the first game yesterday afternoon. And when they were chasing a few, they did go pretty hard at things, killed a lot of ends. So we'll see what the option is here for Cody O'Keefe. He's looking for a draw.
Just looked like Cody went searching a bit. When I mean searching, he went searching for a bit of grass. I think he felt that he was a bit tight. It's one down, so Wagga's got shot. So that bowl that Cody just hit is now the shot.
Yeah, it's a tricky angle when the jack's so far up the rink.
It is, isn't it?
When I bring the side angle in, you'll see there that those back ones are,
Oh, there you go.
you know,
That's
best
much
part
better.
of 3/4 of a metre behind. Brody slips past the front here. He's a big chance of
He's a
stopping
big
around.
chance.
He's done it.
Skip's happy.
So for Cody, 2 chances there, backhand, can reach under. Pluck the shot out, but Johnny Harriott prefers him on the higher line. No chance of jack movement out there.
Now he just wants to rip hard home. Get inside the white. Well, he pushed it through, so. Maitland City pretty well covered here, aren't they? But there's still a free run to the jack. Maitland City's got the best back.
Yeah, I mean, kill potentially. I think that's what Cody O'Keefe's suggesting.
Well,
Maybe
that's what I'm thinking
just try and
too.
belt it and see what happens.
I think so, Nick. I can't see chances for 3s and 4s here for Maitland. I mean, for Wagga at this stage. A lot of short bowls this time, which has hurt him.
Yeah, not real timely.
No.
So we see. Well, this is an interesting shot here up on the forehand, looking to roll that front bowl of
Wow.
Wagga out. Has done so. That's probably brought in a big number now. And what it's also done is prevented anything to really smash and rattle around to kill the end.
That's right. He has to go bare jack. There's no chance of a lot of luck for a kill unless you get something like this. So that's still some big gaps. Did you expect to see bigger weight there, Nick? I did.
Oh, I mean, once again, he did say there was a clear run to the jack. He maybe was looking to swoop down under to the shot bowl and sit that out, but
But he's only getting one shot.
he's only making a 1.
9 shots with 3 to play. I think you need to be getting two to 3 shots here.
Well, what that
Or
has
is he
done...
just looking to keep his team in the game? They've got a 7 already in this game.
Well, 8 in 2 isn't impossible.
It's true.
But equally, though, if they're down a big number here and he misses, 10, 11, 12, 13 in 2, that is impossible.
Well, he's trying to run at the kitty. Wow,
Needs it to work now.
it's not working.
Yeah,
That could be a fair count. What? That was a quick indication, whatever it was. Might have been a handful, Nick.
Well, I've seen the scoreboard go around pretty quick. There's only 2.
Oh, okay.
So, perhaps not so.
Yeah, well, 11 shots, 2 to play. It's very, very big ask, but the boys will be looking to finish off their campaign strong and positive. DJ's looking to keep a jack on the green.
You said we were being nice to him now.
Well, look at the situation of the game. It's time to have a bit of fun, eh?
Oh, all right.
The boys are happy with him too. Pretty tense next door, so
Yeah, I think the camera pack up might wait a minute this afternoon. We might be stopping around to watch a bit of that. I'm not going to bring you that game, but we're just we might sit around and watch that. Oh, I forgot to press it. I forgot to press the replay button. What a shame.
We're actually watching next door. Sorry, Deej. Great shot by DJ. Yeah. It's been a good bit of fun here, Nick Hine, this afternoon with these guys. Bryce to Bruyn, just push up harder. Well, that's a great opener. Good bowling.
So, well, let's see if DJ's good enough to repeat, hey? Well, he's trotting off after this, and you can sort of see why. This looks like it's going to be a pretty fair track.
It is, Nick.
Well, I might clip that one up for him. That's a good bowl from DJ. He's played too good.
That's a brilliant end by DJ. Good opening for his team. As a lead, that's the sort of areas you want to see them finishing. One on front, one on, one behind. If you're having a bad game, missing behind is more ideal.
Well, this is pretty close too.
Bryce just needs to get down to his own. He
squeeze
did.
on it. Got past, flops in. Well,
wow, this is a brilliant setup by both leads here.
Tip-top leading. And your man now, Dylan Riley. It feels if he's going to jump on here too, don't you? That's
just
in
got
the
to
area.
hold. Is he going to hold down to it?
He's in there. Well, his weight was almost impeccable.
Has been all day.
So, George Jackson.
Georgie now.
You feel he won't be short.
He will give his bowls a chance. Don't you worry about that. Is he going to swing now, Nick?
Well, it's working. It is working.
He's finished in a very, very good home.
Yeah, you see John Harriott, bottom left screwed there. He said, "Oh, I don't mind it there. Thank you."
Well, has Dylan got that extra foot of run this time? He has, Nick
it's a
Hine.
great
Dylan
bowl.
Riley.
That is superb. We're seeing a big finish here. The players are really giving us something to cheer on at the end of this contest.
Dylan Riley's given his team a big chance all day long. Hats off.
Well, for Georgie, he's going to look with weight now at the forehand.
And Nick Hind, that Foster group, East Maitland are up by 3 shots with 2 to play over Foster. That brings Cabramatta right back into the equation.
Well, they might put the caps back on their beers inside.
That's, yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen there?
Well, Port City.
Oh, this is very handy
guys,
once again here.
This is great bowling by Brody. Well, he would have loved that to tuck a bit harder, so...
Yeah, it's got an edge to come off now.
It does.
If there's any attack here from Cody O'Keefe, he can get it off the edge. CEO Tim Rose turned up at the right time here. There's some great bowls being played.
Yeah, Cody pushing down on a tight line here and positive in here. He can get any sort of results. Edge. Don't know if he's going to get down hard enough. He needs the edge now.
Wow.
He's got fresh air. Wow. Unlucky. And we've seen it a few times today from Wagga, especially early in the game. They played similar shots like that and they found the holes, unfortunately. So.
No, they've been so close all day, but we know it at this level, you know, being close enough isn't always going to be good enough. And those little half bowls and quarter bowl targets, well, the best players are hitting them. Well, That's a good home back there. That takes away a little bit of danger, splits things up at the back of the rink.
That's,
And now Cody's asking
all right,
for a kill.
we're up on it. Okay, up on it. We're going to see a lot more positive weight here from Cody O'Keefe now. What can happen in there, Nick? Just let it go.
Cody O'Keefe, good weight. He's going to get
He's
contact
in
with
an
the
area
front.
of something.
Wow, he's cleared a few out.
He has.
Well, let's have a look now. See if we can determine. So, favourite's only one.
It could only be one. I think that front bowl of Bryce to Bruyn, the duo colour.
Oh, I reckon the back one's the
Well,
the
they're
front
both
and the back
Bryce's.
of Bryce's.
I'm saying Bryce to Bruyn bowls second wood.
Yeah.
Probably second and third.
Yeah, probably a big chance there of being correct. And now with George at the back of the rink too.
Well,
There's a couple more though back there. There's a white bowl of DJ. That is the back est.
we say Mick will just be trying to draw one in close to the head here. Try and draw the shot. Put another one in there. If he misses, you'll see John Harriott, I think.
I reckon he'll be charging at this too. Well, if it parks on the centre line, it's going to be a nuisance.
That is a visual nuisance, but John's on the match straight away. He reckons it isn't. John's looking for a trail that, Jackie. Down the line a foot would be great. But that's a very attacking line, Nick Hind.
Yes.
Has he got the weight to hold? He's just diving underneath, unfortunately.
Well, he's turned one over. That gives him a clear run at the jack now, and it probably gives him a chance to get that bowl out. The jack is going to move though, so how does he get that out and make a number?
Look, I tell you how he does it. We'll wait for Mick Cronin here. Inside edge of the blue, onto the pink and blue. They're both Maitland City bowls. He can go bang, bang, get them out. Where Mick Cronin, well, he gets any jack through as well a little bit. And there's a chance.
Oh, John Harriott's.
And he's up and at this, but is he a tad tight? He's just got to
Hangs.
hold. He's got the jack. Did he kill it? Hope not. No, it's in. I can see that from here. It's definitely in. He's got one. Yeah.
Well,
Good shot by Johnny.
Johnny Harriott.
He's only wanting to be a bowl wider, and he could have got both bowls and made a number.
Yep.
So they got a good result.
Beautifully called by you, Jace. That was the way to get the number. And he had a good crack at it, but wasn't necessarily to be perfectly. The boys are still measuring at the back of the rink here, so Cody O'Keefe is still under the mind that
Well,
he might be able to find a second somewhere.
Well, I'm just wondering if there's a bit of gamesmanship on. Brody and Cody have been at each other a little bit. They have been. Trying to outsmart one another, they have been, so.
Yeah, you can see it on their faces. So one it is to Wagga Rules. 20 shots Wagga Rules, 30 shots Maitland City. It's been all sword, no shield.
It has, and it's been exciting, Nick. There's been some sensational shot play.
Well,
Stuff we wouldn't see normally.
we did suggest a freewheeling contest.
We did. And you know what? It was early on, Maitland City, they grabbed it, they played well, they got out to, look, I don't know, was it 17-1? It was huge. Wagga, to their credit, fought right back, played really well. Bryce knuckled down, started giving their team options. Georgie getting up and about and positive.
Yeah, I think Johnny Harriott's played some real telling bowls too towards the end here. It's been a creditable performance because they could have put their heads down and started going crook at each other, but instead they've turned on the positivity and they've found some great bowls and some great shots.
They have. Club Maitland City, all four boys have played well as a team. As I said, for me, I feel Dylan Riley's been the most consistent. He's put bowls in good areas for his team. For Brody and Mick to be able to play some conversion shots, trail jacks, sit bowls.
Oh, DJ's coming good right
DJ.
at the end here too. Look at that.
DJ's a bit of a showstopper. He waits till the last end, he does, before he performs. Just before the curtain comes down, DJ steps up.
Well, there might be a selector watching. You only play your good bowls when the selectors are watching. This looks a good track again here from Bryce, as he's got the pace to get all the way
That's all it is.
through it. Yeah. That was a nice track. So matches are finishing up across the green, so you can get all those results on the BowlsLink results portal. That's results.bowlslink.com.au. Andrew Lynn's beavering away inside, and results will be online shortly after the conclusion of each match.
Well, how's he looking here, Nick Hine? Does he get all the way back to Jack?
He's got to slip past, but
good
that's
lead,
good lead
Bowling.
bowls.
One on, one behind. Great way to finish, DJ. Good game. And Bryce has led up pretty well this, especially the last half of the game. Bryce has got bowls here in good areas. Georgie Jackson. Oh, he's nearly dead drawing that. Everyone's looking to finish on a high note here, Nick. Last end.
Yeah, last end, 10 to play, so there's no chance of Wagga Rules coming back. They haven't got a power play up their sleeves.
Next door, it's 14-11 with 3 to play, so the margin's only 3. 3 ends to go there between Port and Warilla. So 6 shots Port are looking for in 3 ends. And that's with 0 shots for Warilla, so probably Port City need to win the next 3 ends, I think, Nick.
Agreed.
Georgie up and over this, onto the jack. Well, he's got the shot out of it. George Jackson, what a great way to finish. Well done, sir. Done yourself proud today. He's got a wry grin on his face over there too, he has. I think he's a little bit proud of his finish as well.
We see your man Dylan go sliding through. How did he get that?
Wow.
Oh, this is freewheeling stuff here at the end.
Dead end could make it interesting. I don't think that any of them will be happening here, but
well, they put on a show
Cody.
for us.
Cody just slipped through another hole. He's been so unfortunate a lot today, Cody.
His weight's been excellent, hasn't it?
Oh, hasn't it what?
For almost all of the game.
I've been impressed with Brody Pitham's back half as well. Nick, early on it was at the front end really doing the damage there for Maitland City, but Brody's really dug in the back half, turned some heads around when needed.
So, John Harriott asking for this to get run into the ditch. Looks high.
Yeah, it is high.
It's high. Large balls go spinning across the back of the rink there, but
Well,
no change to the actual head structure.
do we see Brody maybe playing down in underneath that bowl, promoting them bowls up into the head and taking away that easier wall to hit, so to speak? Or play the cover shot, as he's just done.
Well, couple off to play. See, hands getting slapped. Cody O'Keefe and George Jackson just out of the side of the picture there. Off the side, they were saying, "Congratulations, boys. We've given a good fight. We've boxed on well here."
Well, Cody's telling John to hit it. I tell you what, he's put a bullet straight down the guts here. Oh,
He's cleared them all out. And he made 2.
He has made 3 shots, actually.
That's 3. You're exactly right. Well, that was a bullet, as you suggested, Jason.
It come out as smooth as silk.
That's the best one he's put down all day.
Oh, and here comes Mick. He's looking to run the jack in the pit, and he's... Whoa.
Just on the high side.
I wasn't sure then. I had to stop.
And now Johnny Harriott to finish the game here.
Yeah, it'd be a good way for Wagga to finish. You know, they've fought on well, these boys. Mick Cronin.
So, one bowl to come. Mick's going to look to run this into the pit again, do you think?
Well, he gets an edge and it could kill. That's the last thing
they
they want.
want that.
Oh, he's played it similar.
Oh, he missed it again.
So that looks like 3 shots to Wagga to finish off, and Mate, what a good tussle that was, Nick Hind.
Oh, look, really enjoyable one to call. I think it's great to see the players having so much fun out here. The state championships, while it is serious bowls, it is fun as well. So we trust that you've enjoyed the afternoon. We trust that you've enjoyed giving it to DJ in the chat. We trust that, Jason Pinnock, you've enjoyed yourself here today. Final words?
Mate, it's been a sensational day of bowls, brilliant weather, great banter, and today really summed up what the state championships are all about. Come here, have some fun and compete. Come and compete. But the friendship out on green was sensational today as well, Nick. And, our sports, I think it's the best sport in the world.
No, fantastic. Well, don't forget you can catch all the results in the Bowls Inc. results portal shortly after the conclusion of the games. Here it is, a final score of 30 shots to Maitland City, 23 shots to Wagga Rules. It's been a fantastic contest. Thank you for joining us. So on behalf of Jason Pinnock, on behalf of all the Bowls New South Wales team, thank you for joining us today. Our first match will be the Women's Fours semi-final tomorrow morning, which is at 8:30. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and we look forward to your company tomorrow morning.